.24 tournament is over. My team won, just like I said we would. Everybody on the team worked really hard. I'm really proud of Wesley and Waifugate in particular. You know, those guys really hadn't played much DCSS before that tournament. Wesley, I know, had a win rate of something like 3%, and he went through that tournament with what did he get? I think a 12 streak, upping his overall account win rate to like 20%. Not that win rate matters that much in a tournament, but the streak itself does. Your longest streak. Very funny, Anani Badger. I don't think you bet any Bitcoin that I would get last. Yeah, Wesley got a very respectable streak. I got 17, which is, I was going for 24, and I don't know, I just played too fast, basically. But I ended up getting the most team points for my team, which is pretty good. I liked the fact that I pulled that off. Man got his 24 streak like he wanted, and he played on his real account. Which means that he pushed his streak up all the way to 51, which means I got to take my world record back, man. He's a cool guy, and he's also my friend, so it definitely doesn't feel bad competing with him over it, or quote-unquote losing the streak to him. But I haven't actually lost my streak, my streak's not over. If I look at it, I played on a tournament account, so my streak is just fine if it wants to come up. And so I'm going to play, I'm going to play one of the games on Man's streak. I'm not going to, try to duplicate it exactly or anything, but I'm going to play one of the games that he's already won. I'm going to play a Naga Artificer. Difficult race, easy background. I'm pretty sure that's on his streak anyway. And I'm playing in .24, which unfortunately includes Ebering's extremely dumb wand changes, so I'm going to feel a little better about doing that on an Artificer. Honestly, I'm probably not going to play too much DCSS for streaking anymore. I'm totally content to share the record with Man until somebody else comes along and tries to take it. And the thing is, if I don't even think I want to play .24 or Trunk or anything like that, because of the sort of random death changes that they added. Basically what happened to wands is that Ebering made it so that any wand can be used by any monster with hands at the point of dungeon level 3. And so what that means is you can turn a corner and get ice blasted or disintegrated to death pretty much instantly, which was always a problem with wands of acid, but now it's a little more ubiquitous. A little bit unfortunate, I guess you could say. There's his Naga Artificer, yeah. So we'll play a Naga Artificer. Outplayed, outskilled, GG easy. Yeah, I know, right? How about that? Alright, so we start at stealth of 5. I think I'll take that to, 3. Like I said, I'm playing in .24 now, but this might be the last time I play in .24. There's also that weird visual glitch that hasn't been fixed. Epic gamer moment. Alright, so we're just gonna... Oh, it's this vault. This is an annoying entrance vault because all this noise means that, stuff is going to be attracted to me. Alright, this guy's shouting. So we picked up so we have a Wand of Flame, a Wand of Enslave, a Wand of Random Effects. So we have a very powerful character to start with. We also have found this potion. Nevertheless, we're going to be smart and back off. Poison this dude, he dies instantly, very cool. Stealth immediately goes to 2 because our aptitude is huge. What's up, Legend of Strider? How you doing, man? Yeah, Dynast, who was just like a hair's breadth away from dethroning King Poopsock, otherwise known as Yermak. We're going to try to approach this guy. Okay, this is dangerous enough that we're going to have to Wand of Flame this dude. I didn't want to have to do that. Normally I would just back off and heal, but remember, we're a Naga, we're quite slow. He had stones is why I approached him. Otherwise I would have backed off. Interesting. But yeah, Yermak won the tournament in the single player category, which is something I've never cared about too much because, you don't have to spend your entire life playing the tournament in order to win the team category. And you don't really have to pay attention to some of the dumber things that come along with the scoring system. Like, the thing I'm always complaining about is the fact that, like, parking combos at particular times gives you more points, you know. That matters a little bit less for teams. I mean, it still matters, but... Okay, we're gonna back off. One of the cool things about playing an early Naga is that you use your breath attack, and then you just back off until it comes back. You use it again, you back off until it comes back, and that can be better than your actual weapon. Okay. Oh no, Nani Badger, I better keep up my regular streaming. I've been kind of out of commission for a few days, partially because, you know, the tournament's over, I wanted a break, I think that's fair. But also, I think I just blew my breath into nothing at all. Also because I was having some technical difficulties, but, you know, as you guys who were here for the stream, for the startup, we actually have audio working entirely on this desktop. Thank you, Anani Badger, for... Well, I ended up fixing it myself, but you were there to help me if need be. Neither of us really did much except I just updated some packages and it magically started working. So yeah, we should have like audio alerts now and things like that. How did I do in the tournament? I got 5th place overall in the solo category, which is pretty nice considering I made pretty much 0 attempt to get solo points. I focused only on team points. My team won 1st place. Our team name was Grossum Ballistomocytes, which was a perhaps not so subtle nod to something that I think the dev team should do instead of complaining about criticism. Oh, this is funny. There's a potion inside this little vault. We're not getting that. When things are sleeping, I can just breathe my poison on them and they die pretty much instantly. Alright, check this out. We're gonna wait, poison this guy. That way I avoided him shooting his dart at me. Dig the vault open. I don't have a wand of digging, though. And even if I did, I don't think I want to take it open. Do I have stones? I have 23 stones. I'm tempted to... I want to wear this sling, but I'm not gonna. Because it could be cursed. It could be like cursed -2. Okay, this is okay. Those guys move really fast, but the thing is, I do have 3 AC. I should have more, but because of my strangely shaped body, this ringmail's only giving me, like, 2, maybe 3 points. It's gotta be only 2. No, it's 3 points of AC is what it's giving me. Half rounded up. I think as I level up, I'm gonna get some more free natural AC, though, so that'll be nice. 3 whole AC. Yeah, I do wish I had more, I guess. Basically just training fighting. I mean, it might behoove me to train short blades or whatever, but I think I have the luxury of waiting on that. Although I probably should train a little bit of stealth, to be honest. I'm gonna wear this dagger, because it attacks a little faster. Okay. And it has better accuracy, actually. Alright, so I am resistant to poison, so we're gonna blow our breath on this dude. It actually hits. He'll probably die. We'll just swing. I would normally be much more afraid of adders, but on this guy, we can pretty much just stomp him. And at the worst case scenario is we just start using some wands, you know. That's one of the nice things about playing an Artificer is, like, it doesn't really give you a game plan for the end of the game, but it gives you a really, really good one for the beginning of the game. Which, you know, if you've been watching this stream at all, then you'll know that I always say this is the hardest part of the game. Uh-oh. See, look how much bullshit this would be on an ordinary Naga. You know, a pack of gnolls on D2. I'd probably just die with my current set of items. I guess I probably should have drank that red potion. Let's back off. Let's breathe. Let's back off again. I'm going to use flame. I'm actually going to enslave this dude. Order him to attack. Uh-oh. Breathe. Enslave. Enslave. Order him to attack. Back off. Back off. Back off. Uh-oh. We use flame. So that was like an enormous use of resources, but I mean, what else are you going to do when you're a slow Naga? I suppose I would have been training stealth a little more. The Whipnol was a bit roided. He was doing okay for himself. Unfortunately, no useful items, like no really good weapons, and no nets even. Let's use this. That's tally will go up, go back down. Let's drink this potion. Of course it's degen. Of course, I also wouldn't be auto-exploring if I wasn't an artificer. Kind of gives me a bit of leeway to play a bit recklessly. Okay, it's Sif Muna and Zam. Now this is 0.24, so it's Sif Muna with the extremely buggy exegesis ability that they didn't bother to test at all. What a surprise! Oh, Bearget showed up, but now he's gone. If you're in the stream, Bearget, yes, this is game number 51. Better make sure I do the right inscription here, so people know I didn't actually see that message. Whoops. Anyway, yeah, this is Sif Muna. I don't think we're gonna go for Sif Muna. You know, we didn't exactly start with caster stats here. We could certainly go for it. I think Naga can get extra intelligence. Probably doesn't say. Yeah, it doesn't say. I think every couple levels they get a random stat that's either I think it actually is between Dex and Int, but I'm not. Well, no, it might be Strength and Int. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't want to play as a caster. Sif is not good on this character, so we're not going to go for it. Wow, that is a goblin with a staff of cold. That looks funny. Hey, it's Fedhas. I could go for Neo Fedhas. It's not exactly going to make a super tabbable character, but if you guys want to see Neo Fedhas and you didn't get a chance to see me play it during the tournament, I suppose it wouldn't be bad. Uh-oh, we've been shafted. Not so good. Guess I'm glad that I'm a artificer. Oops, I didn't mean to move forward there. Oh geez, what a pain. Something like Ashen's would be preferable to deal with Neo shafts, that's for sure. Yeah. Well, we have wands. We're totally safe for the time being. Unless we were to get shafted again, and eventually we'd be facing things that are so tough that even our wands wouldn't save us. So there's a downstair here. That's somewhere to hide. Like last case scenario kind of place to run, but I'm a Naga, so I don't move too quickly. I think I'm actually going to take stealth to 5. Just going to swing on this dude. Okay. I was about to use the wand if I took too much more damage. Wait for the breath to come back. Believe it or not, your breath does a little bit of damage to an ooze. Nice. Killed the Hobgobbo. You want that tab character? Well, we could probably end up tabbing on the Fedhas guy, just not so effectively, you know. Speaking of which, I should do something real fast. Okay, I have this on here. Just wanted to make sure I had my RC file set up properly here. For 0.24. Nice. Sure would like to find my upstair, though. I don't know why they think it's a good idea to allow the player to get shafted so early on into the game. You know, if this didn't happen to be a really strong character... I'm gonna have to use flame on this. Gosh. Even with our poise, we almost got lethally poisoned. That would have been sad. You just want to see me get to a 100 streak? Well, we would hold out for Gozag if we were going to play 100% optimally, I think. On a Naga character, I feel like I gotta be at least somewhat careful, you know. Man, still no 2 stacks of scrolls, except we did identify teleport, I suppose. We have 2 hunting slings, but I'm loath to wear them. Holding out for any god isn't optimal? I don't necessarily agree with that depending on the combo. If it's a particularly weak combo, you have the luxury of waiting. And that gives you so much more power in the mid-game with Gozag that I think that holding out is the right thing to do. On this character, it's kind of a toss-up because Nagas are really slow, but even so, with my wands, I really don't see myself having a problem. I honestly think that Fedhas is kind of a crappy choice for a Naga, because the most powerful Neo-Fedhas ability is the Ballistimosites, which admittedly is strong as hell, arguably overpowered for its cost. However, it pumps out so many Ballistimosites at just like breakneck, you know, machine gun type speed that it tends to hit you, and you tend to want to be able to walk away from stuff. And I have a suspicion that my Naga speed is going to interact poorly with that. With that said, we don't really have too many good options available. I think during the tournament I actually played all of these gods, come to think of it. I really don't think you can wait until D7 for a god on this character. I think I can. Particularly, I mean, if I don't find a weapon, I've got this flail, which I could use. Any armor? Just the ringmail. Well, I want to grab the Staff of Cold, at least that's a... Oh, it's cursed. But it's a source of RC if need be. Yeah, this character certainly needs a little bit of help. Particularly since he's a Naga, so he can't really reset fights. I can't use most of my shenanigans, although I think I'd be fine up to D7. I mean, with my wands, because of my wands, I think I could pretty easily wait until D7. I don't know what I'm going to do with Fedhas if I get sort of screwed over on items, is the thing. I could do it just for the challenge, just for fun, but I really don't think it's optimal to go for any of these gods right now. Maybe Nemelex. Probably if I was playing 100% optimally, I would take a Livalon here. And then swap off of a Livalon for Gozag when the time came. That way we would start getting piety. We could possibly do like some self heals or something if need be. Possibly like do some kind of curing of poison or petrification if need be. It just kind of depends. I don't, man, I don't know. Let me just... Yeah, so is there anything cool I could do with this? Not really. I mean, on a Naga with, unless I went ranged and sort of shot through the briar patches, which I'm not really inclined to do. I don't know, man. It's those Ballistimosites. Those Ballistimosites combined with my slow speed, I just don't think it's the right move. So I do think we're gonna, I mean, I hate to play another Gozag game that is kind of boring. What could we do? I think let's look at the. I mean, Ashen Zari would have been pretty good if only to block traps. Briar patches are spiny, but yeah, pretty strong and early. Oh, they're extremely strong. Although they steal your experience, is what they do. Yeah, man, I don't think I can in good conscience go Fedhas on this character. Like, if I was a speed 10 character, I think I would probably indulge you, or if someone was like paying me, I would indulge you, but on a Naga, I just don't think I can bring myself to go Fedhas, not with the way that Ballistimicites work. I suppose the Briars would kind of give me a way to reset fights, so that's like a point in favor. But it's like a really awkward way to reset fights because when you walk over the Briars, it actually slows you down, even more than you're already slowed from being a Naga. And so you'll take some hits on your way through. It worked on your Naga Fire Elementalist. Well, I'm being, Artagus, what's up, man? I'm just being pushed by a Dort here. Do I plan on playing that shitter Star Wars game? I doubt it. I doubt it, considering my feelings on the movies. I actually don't want, I don't know what game you're referring to, though. I think we're just gonna hold out, guys. Yeah, I think we're just gonna hold out. I'm just gonna go like Eli, I guess. Gives you the heart of the cards. I don't know, man. I think I need... Take Eli, swap to Che. I unironically would be more inclined to go Che on this guy than to go Fedhas, which I realize sounds dumb, but I don't know, man. I feel like it would be a better time, no joke. I'd probably get myself killed, but at least blokes would be happy. Go on, Eli. This unfortunately bans us from using evil gods. I don't actually believe, by the way, I don't actually believe in the synergy that people say exists between Che and slow species like Nagas. Now, I do believe there is a synergy between Che and Barakians, not because they're slow, but because they have that blink, that hop. I don't think that Nagas necessarily have a good time on Che. Because, I mean, Makleb, oh, we can't go Makleb anymore. We're worshipping Eli, so. Okay, let's wear the scale mail. 4AC, 7 EV, 3AC, 3AC, 8 EV. Sounds good. You could go Zom. Ah, yes, Jonadab with his favorite suggestion. This time, actually accurate. I could go Zom. The altar is here. Oh, this is a 50 streak though, so I don't know if I should go Zom, guys. Okay, this is worrying. This could be a orc pack. Honestly, as soon as I find a brand, we're probably just going to start training a weapon. I'm tempted to take the unarmed pill. If we're really gonna do Che on this character. So I can really enjoy. Oh, hey, this is awesome. Check it out. Okay, so the one good thing Ebering ever did is he made it so that items are identified on monsters, so it's actually safe for me to use this sling. Kind of cool. Oh yeah, Naga aptitudes are quite nice. They don't really particularly suck at anything except for armor dodging shields, and even that you can, you know, -2 aptitude, you can kind of slog through it. Yeah, I hate to pick Gozag because most of my, a lot of my streak really relies on that Gozag crutch, but I mean, I can't help that it's the most powerful god in the game. Just trying to make it interesting for the stream, you know. Che is not the safest thing for a 51 streak. Yeah, but if I quit playing for a while, it'd be kind of cool because my first game was a Che character, and my last game, you know, which is what this is going to be for a very long time, I think, unless someone challenges my streak, is probably going to be a Che character. Or, well, not probably, but it might be a Che character. It would be an interesting sort of Ouroboros kind of thing, you know, just to end as we began. No, 51 ties the world record with Man Man. I still, quote-unquote, have the world record. It's just tied, which I'm comfortable with. I mean, I really like the idea of two people who are not very well respected by the developers of this game, and in fact are treated very badly by the developers of this game. I really like the idea of two people like that sharing the world record as a bit of a middle finger towards them. You know, like even the people who are good at your game think that you're messing things up and are behaving badly. You know, so I think I don't know. I think there's some really good symbolism there. Sharing is caring. Also, I like Man, you know. And I don't think he's very interested in playing a ton of DCSS for the near future, and especially ever since that tournament. So, you know, it's kind of cool just to share it, I think. What's up, B. Halleck? How you doing, man? Okay, I'm gonna come right back down. This thing can do 15 damage to me, so gotta be careful. We're gonna go up. If he starts damaging me, I'm gonna I'll use Wand of Flame on him. He can do 15 to me. Uh-oh. So you might be wondering, why did I go down that staircase when such a strong thing was there? And I have a good reason. Any other staircase could have had like a two-headed ogre or something beside it. The devil I know was better in this case because that was 15 damage, which is dangerous as hell, but not the end of the world. I ranked 5th individually. My team won the tournament, Titan Gens. I didn't actually make any effort to get single-player points. I focused entirely on team points. All I really cared about was getting the team win, and I did, alongside my good friends and allies. Alright, here's an interesting, wow, start tally with RF++. Is there a particular aspect of Gozag that makes him so good? There are several aspects of Gozag that make him really good. It would be pretty hard to narrow down just one. The free potion petition is probably the biggest thing. The fact that he gives you two really powerful things right off the bat. He gives you the gold distract at full strength, and he gives you the potion petition. The devs and Minmay apparently are of the opinion that the most powerful thing about him is that his piety goes to infinity, which technically that's pretty strong, but definitely not the strongest thing about him. They were talking about nerfing that, which I suppose probably should happen, but it is kind of comical to me that they think that that is the thing to sort of hone in on, you know. Do we have Send? Yeah, we have Send right off the bat. So the only thing I really care about, like, a lot in this shop right now are these Amulets of Reflection, and I don't know if I should save. Yeah, Yermak is known. We call it poop socking, which I think you can guess what that means. But basically, whoever plays more in DCSS tournaments tends to win first place, and Yermak spends just an inordinate amount of time, to the extent that I am actually suspicious that it's two people, like a team of people, on one account, because, I mean, I'm not trying to accuse anyone of anything, but the sheer raw amount of time investment makes me wonder how one man can continue to win games, you know, without, like, falling asleep from exhaustion. But yeah, I mean, Dynast gave him a run for his money with significantly less time investment, although I will say that Dynast got pretty lucky with his streak. He was playing so fast that there was no way that he could play 100% tight. Anyway, so we could buy this +2 Amulet of Reflection. I'm going to save for the +4, and we'll see if that punishes me. By the way, one bad thing about about worshipping Eli right now is that can't use our Wand of Random Effects without risking making Eli quite mad. Maybe I should just make this into a sling guy. Oh, hey, a wand. Oh, hey, Ice Blast. Alright, we should take evokes to 5. Can't haste enemies with random effects. Feels bad, man. Yeah. It's kind of a... I didn't think about this when I made this character, but I guess it's kind of weird to transition a Naga, isn't it? You know, into the late game, into the mid game. I mean, I figure he's just like a warrior, but especially since I'm getting strength, but I don't know, maybe we just go Oka? That'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of cool to go Oka. We could just go for, I mean, we could of course just go on the axe plan, or we could maybe go ranged. Throwing might be kind of cool, I guess. We have some of that as an option. Oh, that was sling bullets. Alright. We could just train throwing and then like use the sling as a sort of a cross train, you know? Anyway, we have lesser healing, which is sort of, you know, vaguely useful in a pinch, I suppose. Okay. Edmund the Younger. Malcolm doesn't know how to throw because he's a thoroughbred programmed to win. Throwing is pretty damn strong in .24. I suspect that it's approaching, if not on par with axes at this point, actually. Just a little more annoying to use, and I'd probably have to mess with my RC file a bit. Edmund wielding a +2 flail of protection, wearing a +1 scale of fire resist. Well, we'd like to be wearing that scale mail and maybe even wielding that flail. Can I beat him, though? Considering that my wand of fire is not gonna cut the mustard against him. We have Ice Blast, so of course we could beat him. Should I try to stab him? Oh, Titan Jones, I don't think we should talk about that on Twitch. Any reference to that kind of thing can get your account shit canned in 2 seconds by the fucking commissars. You know, I'll be sent to the gulag in 2 seconds if I give my opinion on that subject. I'll be put to work in the slave mines, and by that I mean my account will get banned. I was talking about transitioning to the late game, not that other topic. Anyway. It's only a +1 scale mail. Man, I don't know. Enslave is 55%. I feel pretty good. Well, the javelin didn't do much. Let's spit. Okay, this is all working out very badly. Can I? Okay, he's poisoned. Okay, we'll go up. 6+ flail, just to be sure. Yep, that's a lot. I'm just trying to basically poison him repeatedly. Just Ice Blast. I'm willing to burn 3 just to be safe, really, because I foolishly haven't checked my potions. That was a huge mistake on my part. Okay, we've managed to find a mutation potion and degeneration before finding healing or curing, which is basically the worst case scenario. However, in our case, this has worked out okay for me because I got RF+. I actually got the cool barb mutation that only Nagas can get, and I got plus strength, so that's kind of cool, actually. That was Tidbits, and he's got a bit of a drug problem. I was really annoyed that day with him coming in here and talking about that. No, I do not hope that he overdosed. That's not very nice. While the guy may annoy the hell out of me sometimes, I don't want him to actually die. I just want him to stop doing drugs, which I think is a fair request. Or at least stop talking about them on my stream. Okay, we'll just stone this guy. We have so many throwables now. Javelins, poison darts. It is tempting. Is this an altar vault? Yeah, it is, but it's for TSO. Who cares about TSO, man? I will say it is a real shame that we can't talk about that subject, because it's an interesting one. But you're only allowed to have one opinion on Twitch about that kind of thing, and it has to be a positive one. It actually doesn't even have to be a positive one, it has to be more than positive, you know? There's only one thought that is allowed. There's no nuance, there's no room for disagreement, there's no nothing other than fall in line or get your fucking account banned, which is a shame. It is a real shame, because, I mean, I don't think that you need to do that when you're in the right on an issue, you know? It's always been my thought. But, I mean, I've always been someone who kind of enjoys raucous debate. Raucous? Not actually sure how to say that. Pointless arguing it out, Mr. Biggles says, since most arguments become based in sociology. Well, I mean, people have their opinions, and I mean, they've done studies where if you challenge someone's closely held beliefs, their brain lights up in the exact same way that it lights up when they're getting into, like, a fight to the death. So, next time you're arguing with someone about politics, understand that that person probably is having pretty much the same reaction as if you were punching them in the face. At least their brain is. So, kind of tells you a little something about why people can get so crazy when it comes to politics and when it comes to arguments. Oh, I agree, Jonadab. I agree entirely that even if you're in the wrong, expressing a political opinion should not get your account banned from this kind of platform. But that is how it works here. Unfortunately, Twitch is on record and has done this repeatedly, has banned people simply for holding the wrong opinion and stating it too many times. You know, not harassing anyone, not bothering anyone, you know, in the way that, you know, a sane, sort of well-adjusted person would say. Just kind of on their own channel, talking about issues that people might find controversial and having opinions that people might disagree with. Okay, we have remove curse. Let's, what am I doing? Let's identify potions. Okay, we have haste, alright. Since we have remove curse, we can wear this ring. It's attention, I guess. I'm actually just going to go ahead and remove curse on that and the Staff of Cold, since I have it here. Yeah, no, I mean, Jonadab, I agree entirely. If you're on somebody else's channel, sure, fine. If they don't want to have a conversation about that, by all means. But it's not the place of the publisher. And honestly, I think it should be illegal in a lot of ways. I feel like it should run up against the First Amendment. It's just that the First Amendment did not account for a future in which the public squares are controlled by a handful of Silicon Valley companies. You know, the internet didn't exist in 1776. You know, they didn't understand that it wasn't just the government that was going to have the power to stop people from speaking. Now, private companies have more power than the government to cut your tongue right out of your mouth, you know, metaphorically speaking. So it's pretty frustrating, I have to say, because especially as someone who really enjoys talking about this kind of thing, it just blows that you just can't have a conversation about it. I can't give my opinions on this topic because if I say something that's remotely offensive or even a little bit not nuanced, or even if it is nuanced, someone will find a reason to get butthurt about it. Someone will bitch to Twitch about it, and my account will be banned. If I were to talk about just sort of candidly this kind of thing, there's no question I wouldn't have an account anymore. Anyway, we still haven't found a good altar. We found a number of pretty good altars, just maybe not for this character. We managed to get to 2-star piety on Eli, which is cute. It means we maybe should even start training some invocations. We have Keel Other. We could start pacifying some stuff, I guess. Hey Quirthy, today I identify as a Naga Artificer of Alivalon, but tomorrow I may be something else. I should not burn this other enchant armor on scale of fire resist. Man, I feel kind of out of it, I have to admit. Maybe it's that tournament that just kind of destroyed my ability to play carefully. I did too much speed running, you know, but everything feels a little bit off for some reason. Well, I don't want to drop my dagger, I want to drop, oh wait, I already did drop the ring. Alright, Quirthy, come on. Don't get my account banned, please. This is exactly the kind of thing I'm talking about. Which is not like, it's not really written into the terms of service, but they'll probably ban you for it anyway. Based on their track record. It is sort of messed up to me, by the way, that you can be banned for what someone says in your chat. Which is really, really, really silly, you know? They can ban you for whatever they want, but should that be the case? You know, it's very easy to say, well, it's a private company, hooty-doo, they can do whatever they want. And that might make sense, except I don't know, man. It feels a little awkward considering that, you know, how many companies on the internet exist that regulate speech? You know, maybe like 5. What's not true? I was the sword. Alright, I really don't want to have to fight this orc warrior yet, and that's why I enslaved him. Other than pacifying him, I don't know what we do really to get him to go away on this character. They can't ban you because of chat. Oh, my son. Let me. I sure wish you were right, man. But no, I mean, I've definitely heard of people getting banned over chat. And they've hold on, let me actually, you know what, I'll find a Twitch ban due to chat. Here we go. Here we go. Wow, their site's freaking out on me as I try to bring this thing up. About account enforcement and chat bans. Wait, is this just a ban from chat? I'm trying to find, they wrote something about this a while back that actually said that you are responsible for what people say in your chat. I'm 100% sure I saw this somewhere. And maybe one of you guys can find that for me. But, yeah, I mean, it's insane and kind of monstrous. Brittany Venti was banned for it years ago. It doesn't surprise me. Of course, Brittany Venti has a certain kind of politics, you know, that sort of makes you a little more susceptible to account action, so to speak. If you know what I mean. Alright, are we going Che? Are we going Che for fun? Shall we go Che for fun? I could just do it, I guess. Could be interesting. If you get banned from Twitch, you can go hang out on Ninja's streaming platform. Yeah, but they're owned by Microsoft. That's called Mixer, and it's just owned by Microsoft. It's another one of these big companies that I promise you does not give a single shit about freedom of speech. You know. Che could be a fun time. Well, any big company eventually has to sort of bow to the tyranny of the majority, or not even the majority, just the squeakiest wheel, which gets the grease, so to speak. It's my competitors here. Beargit was on the... I think Beargit was either the leader or just a very high-scoring guy in Go Zag or Go Home, the other tournament team, the second-place tournament team, which was neck and neck with us the whole time. They were actually like 500 points behind us, I think. You know, at the very end, which is not very many points. They did very well for themselves, and we were behind them for most of the tournament. We just kind of pulled ahead at the very end. But anyway, yeah, I'm really tempted to go Che just for funsies, and I probably shouldn't. You know, we could just play an Eli game. That might be kind of cool. What do you guys want to see, you know? Because I can win this probably with either. But, I mean, obviously the optimal thing is just to go hold out for Cossack, but I'm basically just trying to make sure chat has a good time at this point. You can now purify yourself. Oh man, that is actually a really nice ability. I haven't done an Eli game. That's true, I haven't done an Eli game. I guess I can show off that Eli is actually not bad. It is just really cool that you can turn off poison, confusion, slowness, petrification, rotting, sickness, and this is the one way in the entire game to restore stat loss, which is not super interesting in a 3-rune game, but is probably quite nice if you swap over to her to get it off for, I don't know, if you had some nasty death curses in Tomb or something. Alright, hold on a minute. I'm gonna... Uninterested. I guess I would actually need to train some invocations. I was going to try to pacify him, but I don't think I'm going to have any such luck. Check it out. I'm going to try to poison him to death with the spit and the darts. So ordinarily this would be pretty easy, right? We just like 1, 2... Okay, that actually worked pretty well. But ordinarily it would have been way easier than that. We would have just like thrown the darts and ran away and thrown the darts and ran away. But it's a little spookier when your move speed is just slow as hell, you know. Perhaps even spookier when you're worshipping Che, which I haven't started doing yet, but I very well might. The Wujian Council. This is the god that I actually lost my streak on in the tournament, my tournament streak. Wujian is very bad. Don't go Wujian. Let's see, we have 3 telly. We have no spells. Poison darts are really quite nice early for sure. We have enchant weapon. We actually used one enchant weapon already on our sling. Am I gonna abandon Eli? I very well might. I don't really know, to be honest. I hadn't really thought about it too much. Oh boy, that tells us what we're doing for the rest of the game. Hello. Hey buddy. What do you got? You guys see something? I see something. I guess we're going axes after all. I can't not use this baby. Come on. I mean, I'm not really pissed off, Mr. Biggles. I just fear for the state of my account because, you know, it's like, what opinions am I allowed to have? You know, what opinions are the members of my chat allowed to have? You know, Twitch may be a platform, but to me, it's kind of messed up that they take it upon themselves to decide what opinions people are allowed to express, you know? And I'm not talking about the kind of like, you know, I'm not talking about like actual Nazis or something. Although, honestly, I would defend their right to free speech too. I just want to make it clear that's not even what I'm talking about. Just like people are not allowed to have certain opinions on certain topics, which are anywhere to the right of Karl Marx, basically. Will Trump be impeached? Oh man, all that stuff. Well, we made it to the temple. This is kind of a cool looking temple. I like this lava. It's a really cool lava design. If you look on the minimap, it looks kind of neat too. This is like the one time that I've thought that the zoom out on the map mode, this thing here actually looks kind of cool. It's a Star of David. Nah, is it? I guess kinda. I was referring more to the lava in the middle, not the overall shape of the room. But, well, betting markets were horribly wrong in 2016, and I made some good money off of that. I bet on Trump becoming president, and, man, am I happy I did that. And I may put some money soon on Trump not getting impeached, although, I mean, it depends what you mean. Like, I don't think he's going to get, impeached and thrown out of office, but You know, given that the Democrats control one branch, he may get, like, quote-unquote impeached, if you, you know, catch my meaning there, which is, it's not really all that meaningful, you know, if it doesn't progress past that point. It's just kind of like a political thing. And I think that's honestly what it's about. I'm not just trying to talk about politics here, by the way. I'm actually thinking about what god to take. Okay, so we're worshiping Eli. We can't switch to an evil god. Could go Gozag. That's definitely the most powerful thing to do, but I'm trying to avoid doing something boring. Let's do this. We have this axe as well, so we actually have an endgame. I think I'm going to go Che for fun, actually, since we have this thing. Well, I don't know, man. I'll say this about the shooting problem. That, you know, way more people die from car accidents, but nobody ever complains about that or demands any kind of, you know, legislative change to fix it, even though you could fix the problem overnight, basically, if you made self-driving cars a reality. But, like, something like it, I think it's an order of magnitude more people die from car accidents than gun crime. You know, but that doesn't go on the news, because that's just normal, you know? It's also true, Anani Badger. Betting markets have Trump winning 2020 at 40% probability. Yeah, I mean, I need to put some money on that for sure. I'm just waiting. I think that probability is going to go down over time in the betting market, so I'm kind of waiting for a good time to get in. Well, there's a professor. You know what? I'm going to go Che. Let's do this. Let's see if we can survive. This will be exciting. Okay. I'm actually going to go ahead and enchant this thing. It's not exactly the character I should be taking chances on, but you know what? I'm feeling lucky. How about that? There's a wand. So we're not going to do this. Of course we're not going to do this vault. I do want to get a look. Well, we're not going to do it yet. I want to get a look at the guy in here. Okay, he's easy. Well, some news outlets in 2016 were reporting that Trump had like a 1% chance of winning or something insane like that, and that's what influenced the betting markets and made them so stupid, you know, and made people throw their money away, essentially. Just kind of abusing this staircase here. With this electric axe, you know, we can pretty much just win. Base armor rating 6. We don't have any ox slots. 3.67 armor skill. Let's just take this to 4. Yeah, that'll work. Almost can afford the +4 amulet. That's going to be cool. Oh no, Adort, my only mod. My only mod is bailing. Okay, we can melee this. Yeah. Now I don't need to be that worried about the out-of-depth shadow. They do tons of damage, but only if I can't see them. And I have built-in Synv, so they can really only do 14 damage to me, which is basically nothing. So let's just chuck some boomerangs at him and then tab him. Can't believe I'm doing Che this late in a streak just for fun. The Madman. Ring of Ice, remove that. Hey, I agree, Bearget. By the way, Bearget, I wanted to say it was a very fun competition, I think. You guys were really, really good. Uh-oh, starving. I sure love hungry ghosts. This sure is fun, eating through all my rations for no reason. You know what's cool is we're poisoning things once in a while from my poison tail barb mutation. It's kind of fun, right? What is this? Dare I find out? It's no good. Dragon's regret. Sure wish I hadn't burned an identify on that. Oh well. Okay, we got a blink scroll, that's good. Strength. I have no idea what you guys are even talking about in my chat right now. I enchanted it up, E-Halleck, which is something I ordinarily wouldn't do on a hand axe, but this character kind of needs the help because he's a Naga. Okay, awesome. We can afford this now. It's actually gonna help a lot. Take this off the list. And then buy this one. Cool. Okay. Wonder if I can just, well, my MR is not exactly great. I hope I don't get confused because we don't have a curing potion identified yet. It's a bit of a problem. Okay, we're gonna use some javelins, I think. No training, but... well, I'll melee now. There we go. Not bad. Plate armor's available, but we have RF Plus now from this scale, so I think we're going to actually use it for the time being, especially considering that it's sort of inadvertently +2. Started as +1, and then I, identified enchant armor by using it, so I had nothing else to use it on, really. Okay, we have a Ring of Ice. Let's go ahead and wear the Ring of Ice. Catoblepus. Don't think we can beat a Catoblepus yet. I really think we could beat those bees, though. Particularly once we get Slouch online, we'll just walk in and slouch all that crap. And get a ton of piety for our trouble, even more than what Slouch costs. But until we get Slouch online, I think we'd leave it alone. So I can't believe I'm actually doing Che for this. Don't think Che impacts going up and down stairs, by the way, so I can stair dance to my heart's delight, basically. Oh, hey, enchant armor. Or enchant weapon, rather. I think we save this. +4 hand axe is really quite strong. Of electrocution, anyway. So we'll save that for the inevitable broad axe. Hey, we actually found a book. I don't really intend to use any of this, although Summon Ice Beast might be worth grabbing. Don't forget, I have a breath weapon. If I can get to level 13, this character's going to be way stronger. I believe that's when we get our constriction. Okay. Queue up boomerangs, we'll throw. This is going to be kind of annoying without throw skill. Oops, I want to melee him, and wow, okay, he just dies, cool. I'd like to, yeah, there we go. Could have been dangerous there. I hope we find a shield soon. Shield would probably be the best thing we could ask for right now. This is not so good. We may end up having to teleport out of this. Time to Ice Blast, which sadly doesn't kill all this stuff. Actually going to use Wand of Flame. Oh, man, another one? Yeah, we gotta teleport out of this crap. What a bad teleport. What a really, really bad teleport. Impressively bad, actually. That could not have actually been worse, that teleport. We could die right now if we don't make the exact perfect play. 17, plus another 17, plus, I don't know, 12 damage from Wizard, maybe a little more. We have to blink. There's no question about that. Gosh, that is frustrating. That's really frustrating. Okay, we got the heal wounds. That's the thing that made that situation truly scary, is that we didn't have heal wounds identified. Okay, now a good teleport happened. God, what a shame. We only had one blink. We don't have another blink. Ooh, that's rough. Why did I go Che again? We can beat that stuff, we just can't fight sort of through all of it at the same time, you know? Priests in mass is probably the one thing that gives this character a lot of grief right now. Particularly when they're at range. Hey blokes, I went Shay in your honor. And we don't have AB yet, unfortunately. So we had a few problems with some priests. And those spells are not really all that handy. Fulminant Prism, maybe. Well, Fulminant Prism would actually help a lot for that exact kind of problem, I suppose. Should I be using Azo armor? I don't know about that. Commerce rating of 5 or more. We have this sick +2 scale of fire resist is the thing. It's really good, and Naga have half base AC from body armor. I had considered that. I was still pretty inclined to just use this scale. But I guess there's some ring mail available. It's just not, it doesn't have a resist on it. And if I run into like a single, fire crab in lair, if I don't have RF plus, it's kind of a pain. Haven't really decided what I'm going to do about hydras yet, by the way. Oh yeah, give me that piety, hell yeah. So, we found the lair. Oh, I can't actually use random effects because I could haste things. What a shame. Guess I should probably drop haste as well. We have paralyzed, we have flame still, we have a lot of enslave. I really don't need scrolls of noise. Yeah, wow, this character has a rough time, I guess. I could use the flail of protection, but we don't have enough AC really to survive in melee with a Hydra right now. Alright, I'll try not to splat to item gen blokes. Well, let's hope we don't run into any Hydras just yet. And if I get Slouch online and maybe a little wiggle room, we'll go back and we'll do the B vault on D6. I'm convinced we could probably do it right now, to be honest, but I'm just trying to be careful. Oh, that's a wyvern. Okay. Am I perhaps underestimating myself? We just slaughtered him. Well, we seem to be doing okay. Honestly, I'll tell you what I think we do. Oh, cool, we have Ligma. That's a Hydra killer. But if we didn't have that, it'd be okay. Because what we could do is we could always bend time to slow the Hydras and then just kind of try to melee them with the Flail of Protection. That'd probably work out alright even without lignification. But Ligma provides a very nice, clean way to kill at least 2 Hydras. And hello, what's going on with you, buddy? Oh, Star Drain. Isn't that just freaking cute? That's adorable. It's a decent arbalist. Not really worth swapping off my hand axe since I've already trained so much, but I mean, I could just kind of fight with it for a little bit. Uh-oh. No, I can't. Alright, I'll keep that on the inventory just in case I really, really need an MR swap. Not really much of a swap though, is it? Okay, Spiny Frog. We have paralysis at 56%. It's totally safe for me to fight this thing. Even if it can whoop my ass really hard in one hit, apparently. It's another thing, actually, that I, in theory, could be doing against Hydras. Although we'd probably want to vulnerability first, and we don't have that, so... Little questionable. Okay. Still no slouch. Still no slouch. Let's go to lair 2. Still no armor, actually, that we can wear, other than that scale mail. Bit of a shame. Let's shout a bit. Very dangerous for this character to just be out and about. Oh boy. Here's one of those reasons why it might be dangerous for this character to be out and about. Which is the wonderful spider vault that we got here. Nice. That'll be worth some piety there. Time to see how good we are at fighting bees. A single bee is kicking my ass. we're having a few problems. We're having a couple problems here. Okay, I used one para. Maybe, did I use two? I used one. But overall, I guess we did okay. These guys are vulnerable to poison, so I tried to use my darts on them. Didn't really work out. Let's wear my Ring of Ice. In fact, I'm going to wear my Ring of Ice all the time, because I have my mutation and I have my armor, so if I do this, I have RF plus and RC plus all the time. So that's cool. Makes me a little less susceptible to getting owned by Rhyme Drakes, I suppose. Sure wish I had Slouch. Actually, we do have Slouch now, so that's very good. So basically 2 phases to your career under Che. You know, the first is before you have Slouch, and the second is after. Now we can completely erase fast things off the screen if need be. I'm gonna go ahead and do that, actually. It's our first one, and it kind of already removed our ability to do it again for a while, but I feel like it was worth it. May have jumped the gun on that, but that's okay. Trying to use this terrain to sort of lessen the amount of damage I'm taking at range, and also lessen the amount of stuff that's coming to own me all at once. Okay, let's back off. Luckily we got the Basilisk by himself. Man, sure I'm glad this species has just like built-in poison resistance. Alright, check it out. We're gonna enslave the queen. This way we don't end up with berserked bees coming to own us, and instead we let the queen just kind of die, see? From the poison from the from her own bees, which I think is quite good for me. They sure have gotten all over the place, these bees. Lignification would have saved me here, but I opted to use piety instead, and I don't regret it, really. The only thing I regret is not finding a shield yet. It's funny, sometimes we just kind of melee these things down, and sometimes they're able to do quite a bit to me, but that's just the crawl accuracy formula sort of at work here. Alright, I suck against blink frogs. I forgot. We can't really move because they just do too much stuff. We have to wait. I can, of course, throw stuff at them. Sort of. Javelins in this case, because it was behind a mushroom. Very cool. Let's get out of the line of sight of that trap. It's a little dangerous, actually, for me to fight all that stuff at the same time. I don't think I could have died, but maybe. See, this is where it gets questionable. Where it's like the spiny frog could clear me out. There's a buckler. Really, really, really good. Now, I'm considered a big boy. I am, as a Naga, I am big enough that 2.4 is all I need. 2.4 shield skill is all I need to get the minimum, or I guess, yeah, the minimum amount of shields necessary to get the penalties off. Let's drop a bunch of this garbage. Let's grab this thing. It's Staff of Energy. We don't need that. It's an Artifact Dagger. We don't have any Identify, though, so I will not wear it yet. It could be Disto, which of course we don't really want to wear. I just realized my chat stuff is not coming up anymore. That's interesting. Oh wait, yeah it is. I've been kind of ignoring chat for a bit because it's just kind of unrelated politics discussion, which I'm not really complaining about. It's kind of hard to follow while I'm playing, but I do that myself often enough that I can't really complain, right? It's not really off-brand for this channel, I suppose. There's no broad axes yet. There's a war axe. That's cool. It's a good thing chat isn't coming up, I guess. Anyway, I said I was going to go back to D6, right? When I had Slouch, which I do. I also have Lignification to bail me out if this goes poorly. Let's just go in here. I may be able to just melee this stuff, to be honest, which would save me some piety. Nah, I'm gonna go ahead and Slouch here. Am I afraid of this? Venom Brand, and then some summons. Chance to Para 37. I think I'm just gonna melee. He has no resistance to electricity. Yeah, we just crush him. Ooh, 16 charges of Disintegrate? That's amazing. That makes me want to train a little more evocations, actually, as early as it is for that. Alright, that's cool. Makes me feel pretty confident. Although, there's still a Catoblepus here. Can I beat the Catoblepus? And how would I if I could? And do I care? Do I care to kill the Catoblepus when the reward is like some gold, a war axe, and a scroll of Telly? I don't think there's any reason for me to do that. I think we finish out lair, man. Now, the bees were worth doing because it was like, one, it was a ton of piety. I didn't actually know what the reward was, but I knew there was a ton of piety in there, and I knew we could pretty easily do it. Oh, we have to fight a Catoblepus anyway. Isn't that some just super sick irony? Let's pull this guy up. I think we'll be fine. Is he not going to breathe on me? Wow. Usually they're just like wild and crazy and ready to breathe on you 50 million times per second. Whoa! How horrifying! Wow. So we auto-explore into a 6-headed Hydra. At chase speed, that could have easily been a death. We got five attacks only, so I guess that's cool. My stealth worked for me. I'm gonna go Ligmaform. Switch to our flail. Really? Okay, that's cool. But you forced me to have to use a heal wounds now. I just tried to enslave that porcupine, I think 5 times at 62% before it worked. If it had worked the first time, we wouldn't have needed to use that heal wounds. That was a little frustrating, I have to say. Porcupine's confirmed worst enemy. We'll be doing we'll be doing much better once we get a little more armor. I mean, you'll notice that a lot of our armor slots are still not filled up. There's not a whole lot I can do about that, I just haven't found it. Hey, Gary Burton. I'm not actually even with Man until I win this game, but yeah. We got marked. So I go into this hallway. Nothing else came, though. Would be nice if we had digging, but we just don't. But yeah, it is interesting, and I think I talked about it with him, and we're both pretty much just gonna sit on our streaks after we're even, I think. Neither of us have a whole lot of motivation to play crawl, especially in a streaking context. Unless someone were to challenge. Ah, the 8-headed Hydra. Okay, so we already burned one lignification. We have 2 more. But without having more AC, I really think... Well, let's see if we can walk away. And we can. If I get him at range, I can probably just disintegrate him to death, regardless of anything. Let's shout. Uh-oh. That's annoying. That's really annoying. Temptisto. So check it out. I used AB, Temporal Distortion, the ability that goes on B automatically, and it cleared out the clouds because a little bit of time passed. Ordinarily, this would be sort of a horror show type situation where I was like, I couldn't go anywhere without getting petrified. But nope. I worship Che. I don't give a shit. Now he's still whooping my ass here a bit. Oh man, come on, just die, bro. Okay, okay. Alright, I'll heal wounds. Use my last heal wounds. Wow, I'm gonna have to use a blink. This is actually ugly as hell. I should have bent time on him. Yeah, the cloud is indeed... Well, not every time, but almost every time for sure. I should have bent time on him to begin with. He really is wrecking me. I'm going to try to slouch. Okay, that killed him. God, that was rough. I saved my blink, though. Burned all my heal wounds. I really shouldn't have gone Che just for fun here, just for the challenge on a 50-game streak. But you know what? We're gonna make it work. Although we've been very unlucky. You usually don't have to fight 2 Catoblepuses by layer 4. 3 if I had opened up the Ghost Vault, which I thankfully had the foresight not to do. Okay, I'm gonna Lignify just for safety. He got to me. I'm just gonna have to live with the fact that he got to me, and then we'll just swing him down. It's a shame to waste the Lignify. We tried by spamming Disintegrate, it just didn't happen to work out for me. I mean, I'm doing my due diligence by training evocations, it just, you know, no such luck. Getting stronger, though. You notice I'm training dodging because my dex is flying up, I guess. This is a bit painful. There's just a lot of elephants. Trying to fight them one at a time. Yeah, absolutely, Gary Burton. Here's your dump. Blokes was saying I should be using Oz Armor. I think if I was going to do anything with these spells, it would be Ice Beast. Or maybe Fulminant Prism. But ultimately, I think with my evocations, with my available evocables such as they are, I should just be training evocations and dodging and axes, really. Oh, that's good. This will help a lot. Gimme, gimme, gimme. That will be really handy. An actual shield. How about that? How dumb is it, by the way, that Chei now has a clock? The god of taking it easy gets upset when you don't take it easy. Imagine that. Imagine the many hours of developer testing that went into that cool idea that nobody managed to realize how dumb that is. Hold up, let's be smart. Let's just stay away from that trap. Since you know a monster's gonna walk right into it. Does my humble link work with the monthly or whatever they are changing it to in December, or is it only the store? I don't actually know. I think it works with both. I don't think I've actually gotten any humble bundle affiliate purchases yet, so your guess is as good as mine on that, but if it doesn't, I should probably find out how to do that. I'm pretty sure it does, though. No, actually, I don't actually know why they did that, Anani Badger. Because, like, actually, turn count speedrunners don't care about piety decay because they're moving so quickly that it doesn't matter. I think it was just I don't know what the reasoning is. They wanted to counter farmers, I guess? I don't know. I don't know. I don't really think a lot of thought went into it other than, like, other gods have this one should too. Crap. He woke up. This is not exactly... Okay, that worked. Cool. We actually got the para on him first try and just slapped him to death with a flail. Now that's repeatable. We had 21 charges of para. That lasts pretty much the entire game against these guys. Because Mummy's waiting forever is degenerate. Well, you can still do it with Gozag. You can still do it with Rue. You can still basically do it with Iskawa. You can do it with no god at all if you feel like it. You know? I mean, was Chei really the god that they needed to nerf, is my question. Nice, okay. Two good things. One, we've disintegrated that Hydra to death. Two, we got our Constrict now. Gozag needs Piety Decay. Gozag is actually too weak. I don't see how those two statements work with each other. Wow, could have died here. Could have died here, guys, at chase speed. 2.6 turns for these Oclobs to, you know, tenderize my body. Well, Minmay's ideas on how to nerf Gozag are really, really dumb, so... I mean, whatever. It's... Uh-oh, Hydra's near me. Let's try to get the para, and it actually works again. Pretty cool. Nice. At least that's cooperating. That's kind of great. Do we even go into layer 6 on this character? Oh boy, this can always be a crapshoot. What's this? Scroll of Summoning. Odd that I had 4 of those, but not complaining. That means I have 3 now. Prospect of getting teleported here doesn't feel too good, but we have a magic mapping. Just have to see what endings this is. Yeah, isn't that funny that there's no helmet, cloak, gloves? I mean, no barding either, but that's par for the course. Would be nice though if we had such a thing, but we have a shield, so I can't complain. I can't complain too much, really. It is a little bit unlucky to not have. Well, we just found gloves 2 seconds ago, but helmet and cloak are still missing. Not even a scarf, man. But hey, we have that constrict now. We have that level 13 Naga constrict, so we pretty much brutalize everything in one-on-one combat except for Hydras. Oh, it's Kirky. Geez, 41%. This is dangerous, guys. This is a bit dangerous. Of course, I can always read summoning. If need be. Oh, sweet, she went right next to me. We'll just swing. Swing again, come on. I'm just gonna try to kill her before she porculates me, and hell yeah, it worked. That's the beauty, man. That's the beauty of the Naga Constrict, is that you're just doing damage so quickly once it kicks in. It's the same reason octopodes actually crush so hard, even though they're fragile. Dream Sheep are pretty horrifying on a Che character. That's true. I guess Nagas can constrict larger things than octopodes. Okay, let's go for the descent. And it works. I'd like to have a bigger axe at this point. Shouting is not really working to pull this stuff. Ah, whatever. I'll just melee it. Ouch. Thankfully, we have RC. Almost full piety. Whoa! Hey, guys. Oh, tried to enslave the Mamba. That didn't work. Do we just slouch this stuff to death? Maybe, but as soon as we start moving... Enslave the Lindworm? We could. 51% chance is not so good. My instinct is to actually bend time. Should work pretty well. I mean... There is this any dice thing that I can open up in another window real quick. So basically bend time works based on your invocations versus the monster's hit dice. So at 14 hit dice, which is the Cataplepus, and 8 invocations, which is what I have, my chance of success is 74%. So I will probably slay the Cataplepus and the Lindworm for that matter. And that'll make me not have to deal with the breath quite so often. Cataplepus resists. Try again. Bro. Okay, there we go. Just lure the Lindworm into that, saving me a bit of damage. Damn. Have to slow him again. He breathes on me, but then my boy, El Black Mambo, who I can now kill while he's petrified. Saves the day, crushing the Catablipus. I would like to know what the hell is going on here. I've never seen this Lair 6 ending in my life. Maybe it's new? Seems painful, whatever it is. Is this new to 0.24, or am I just like forgetting how this works? This vault seems incredibly dangerous for a Che guy. Yeah, rogue shenanigans, although I wouldn't expect us to have like a huge rivalry. Insofar as I don't think either of us are super interested in streaking right now, so basically what's going to happen is I'm going to win this game, and then we'll both just kind of sit on it for a while, I think. There were dream sheep, I saw them. Cursed +0 ring mail, well that's cute. It's usually in the middle of the map. This level generated weird, is what happened. This is a weird, janky-ass Lair 6, I have to say. Yeah, this is the dog vault. Okay, that's normal. This character has a rough time with that too, actually. Well, we have RF+. Probably cleared the Cato vault. No, there's more stuff back here. For sure there's at least a Hydra, but I think you're right. I probably cleared most of it. I want this Mamba to see me and like nothing else. That's cool. Oh, that's annoying. Come to me. Ow. Okay, that worked. Oops, I'm breaking streak. Dinky, why did you do this to me? It was all a ploy. Dinky has been hired by Man to give me bad advice. Not only is he streaking by committee. Okay, we have 18 AC with this up. I actually feel pretty safe to just melee this dude. If I didn't have the 18 AC from the Flail of Protection, I wouldn't feel confident at all, but... Hello. Crystal Scimitar. Still don't want to wear you in case there's, you know, Disto, so we actually have two artifact items that we don't know what they are. Only fair that the streak should end by committee. Hey, Man had at least one moment where he was in deep doo-doo, and we had our entire team in there helping him, so if my streak is by committee, his is too. Worshipping Wu. I already lost my tournament streak while worshipping Wu. I'll never worship Wu again. Oh, hell yeah, is that max piety? I don't think that's quite max piety. I think we can still get a little more in the way of stats. I wonder if our Constrict does more damage than Octopode Constrict. I'm actually not sure. Man, we sure do kill things fast. Curious what the electric dogs are going to have to say about this. Orbrun's going to be a nightmare on this character. Yeah, it'll be interesting, although by then I'm going to have some pretty outrageous magic, I think. We'll farm if we have to. Alright, that was fairly not painful. Constrict damage is linear with strength for players. I knew there was some way that it scaled. So yeah, we're doing incredible damage with it due to our Che Chase strength. Okay, I can always, if we start really getting owned here, I can always slouch. It looks like we're doing just fine. God damn. No need to blow piety on slouch if we're just winning, man. I was just trying to be conservative with that, and oh, hello. That is the Robe of Vines. Perhaps not the best thing to find on this character. Look at how many times we got blink bolted. We moved one time. Wow. Thank you, Che. Robe of Vine's fairly tempting, especially if we end up in stat form. Super, super tempting. Would be a little odd to go stat form on this character, I think. Not the dumbest thing I've ever done. Stat form Robe of Vines is hilarious though, because the downside to Robe of Vines is, of course, you can't use healing potions, but if you go stat form, it turns off your robe. So then you can use healing potions. You're not getting the mega healing anymore, but one fat finger away from getting hit approximately 90 times. That's true. Just move once next to a Hellion and die. Very exciting stuff. Yeah, I don't think we use robe today. Although, on the other hand, we only have one heal wounds right now, which is pretty interesting. Maybe. Get into water while you're at it. I might do that. I mean, this is silly. I don't want to give up AC. Oh, we're next to a dire elephant, which we cannot constrict. But I can just, well, what am I doing? I should have slowed his ass earlier on. Clouds, we have clouds. Oh boy, now's a good time to use, oh my god, one of our heal wounds. That was horrifying. Underestimated that. So my AC is 11, my EV is 17. 9 and 19, I guess I lose GDR, but damn, that is tempting. Just because I'll be regenerating through fights, you know. That lack of GDR, though. Oh, D-missile. That's huge. Looks like I'm not wearing any armor at all, but I have the robe on. See, it'd be really bad in fights against Hydras, though. You know? Interesting. Some plate armor. But it's this vault. Hey, hot swapping armor is still faster than me moving around. To some degree. Okay, 3 disintegrates works. Hope for requirement. I had considered that, although I believe there's still quite a few that it could be, and I didn't want to randomly use brand weapon, not having a broad axe in my inventory. So I think we're going to hold off on that. Let's try for para. Wow, we've had really good luck with paralyzing Hydras today. First try every time, 34%. That's amazing. Oh, sick, we have 8 charges of acid now. Alright, let's just see about this. Let's see what we can do. We actually have our core. Ouch. Of course, I'm still moving at freaking Che speed, so something to keep in mind. Para him. Fail horribly, 2 attempts. Para him, there we go. Whoops, that's not the one I wanted to freaking para. There we go, that's some good paralyze. Was it worth all the charges? Well, we have an artifact sling. +1. With Arlec. It's an Arlec swap. That's pretty cool, actually. Yeah, that's not bad. And this is... Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, baby. That's a plate of MR. I'll probably use my enchant... I probably should use my enchant armor on it. What's the apt for a Naga for magic resistance? I bet it's like 5. Yeah, it's 5. Interesting. Goodbye, Robe of Vines. You'd enchant the gloves? I don't know, man. We'll probably end up in this plate forever, I think. Whereas the gloves we could replace. I mean, the plate's pretty much worth wearing. We're going to need 1 pip of MR. Because 5 is the same... I think that a Deep Dwarf gets? No, Deep Dwarf gets 6. So we'll need at least 1 pip by the end of the game. You like dragon armor? Yeah, I mean... On a Che character, though, wearing plate is an awful lot like wearing a dragon armor in terms of encumbrance. Because encumbrance just doesn't really matter for a Che character. But, yeah, you can be casting in plate, is the thing. Very easily. We're going to get D-Missile online. Actually, there's silence, too. That comes naturally with D-Missile. Oh. Ethnic Cake just noticed something fun. Wait, is your sling just called X? No Twitch account, sorry. Yeah, I just noticed this. That's a good thing to point out, Ethnic Cake. That's it's just called X. That's weird. Never seen that before. Interesting. So we have Mendeley on our hand axe. We're training shields. I think we're going to go ahead and actually get D-Missile online, because it's such a huge layer of defense, just huge. Malcolm X, yeah! Take spellcasting to 5. I can't begin to tell you how good D-Missile is to have, and that also gives us silence, so we'll have a really easy elf to do. Orc Sorcerer only has a 4% chance to paralyze me with this body armor on. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save. Oh, nice, identify. It was random uselessness, by the way. Neither of the scrolls that we thought it might be. I'm gonna save that enchant armor until I see what's in Orc, because I think we can do Orc with the tools at our disposal right now. Actually, I'm gonna pick up one thing. I'm gonna pick up these bullets. Yep. So on D8, got a Catoblepus. We beat a ton of Catoblepuses, although we had a bit of trouble doing it. Let's open up, let's slow him immediately. Just go to war on his ass, basically. Slow him again. Cannot possibly overstate how good bent time is versus monsters that otherwise are just owning you. That worked out. Spent a little piety, got a scroll of Telly. And a War Axe, for that matter, in case I decide I just really need to upgrade this hand axe. Although this should see us to this should see us through to at least, like, let's say 2 runes. I got Swamp and Spider though, so gonna probably have to come up with a good solution to killing Hydras. This Flail of Protection is okay, but I'd like to maybe have a different solution. Although if I found Barding, you know, a little more AC, I'd feel pretty okay. about just sort of rolling through swamp holding the tab key on this wonderful Che character that we have going here. Oh, uh-oh. That's a slouch. Don't want to get paralyzed. Just because I'm resistant to poison doesn't mean that I'm immune to it. I'm gonna roll the dice on this. It's just venom. Probably worth swapping sooner than later, but it's hard to go to venom from electricity. This is a little rough. Glad we didn't get owned by him. .8 move speed is really crawl at its finest. I know, right? You just wait until I'm in statue form, and I'm moving at 5 aughts or whatever. You'll see the true meaning of Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup then. Then it'll really be something. Hey, there's my broadaxe. Sadly, no hopes of having a Brand Weapon Scroll, though. Those kind of got dashed when I discovered that I was holding on to garbage instead of good scrolls. Permanent stat form orb run? Why would you do this to me? Why would you make me do such a thing? Alright, I'll do it, but it's gonna cost 5,000 bits, I think. And I'll be happy to give you exactly what you desire. Oh, you should have seen my 40-minute, God, I wish I had recorded this, but like, in the tournament, I just, basically Go Zag or Go Home was giving us such a run for our money that I decided I had to play super fast, and I can't play super quickly generally when I'm on stream. Just too distracting, I guess. And so I decided to do a lot of stuff off camera, and one of those things was my speed run. And it was the most fun game of Crawl I've ever played. It was a 40-minute, which is not really that fast, but pretty fast, Minotaur fighter of Cheibriados. I picked a Faded Altar, and I got Che, and instead of quitting, like other people might do, I went ahead with the speed run, and it was the wildest ride that I ever experienced in my life on DCSS. Yeah, and I wish I had streamed that, but I had to win the tournament, man. Hear a distant snort. Let's map this. We can probably do a gauntlet. Probably shouldn't move towards multiple priests at 2.8 aught move speed, huh? Magical power. Okay, I guess. Okay, we'll auto-explore, get a look around. Artifact Naga Barding, we want that, baby. You better believe it. Alright, first of all, what the hell? How's this layout work? Alright, so there's an entrance here. We end up in here. And I guess we gotta do like 4 rooms. But then if we go in here, we just go in here, and then we end up here? And then we just leave? Something tells me this got glitched. Not so sure about this jankiness. And the barding's over here. There's a ring over there that apparently I'm not going to get. There's a hat over here. I mean, there's 2 artifacts over there and 1 artifact on the left. So maybe I should go to the right. But then there's like there's a scroll of blinking here. And enchant armor up there, and a telly. And the fact is, I'm probably not going to find another artifact barding, whereas I could very easily find another hat or helmet. And a ring, of course. Of course, there's an unidentified scroll here, and it's virtually guaranteed to be something really good. Well, that's not true, actually. It could be Vaughn or Torment. Yeah, the wizard's a problem. I haven't even started evaluating the monsters yet. I want that damn barding for sure. I mean, we can... Okay, first of all, this room is a joke. We just go in, we slouch, we win. GG. Or we just go in and tab it. I can survive being paralyzed by those guys. So let me go in here, and there's a necromancer, which we don't have RC plus and RF plus at the same time anymore, but I can always pop on my ring if it gets feisty. Or just slouch him to death again. Likewise, this is RC. We can tab this shit. The wizard is... he's a pain. He's a pain. For sure. But if we walk in there with RF plus and he paralyzes us, we're not likely to die. If he banishes us, well, that's a big problem. So I probably roll in there and I just summon creatures immediately. And like pop on my Aralek. That's probably fine. Yeah, we can do this. It's just a matter of where do I want to go. I definitely, you know, honestly, the monster in here makes me not want to freaking ghost crab. Like, that's really annoying to deal with on a J character. Unless I had javelins and training to go along with them. So we're going to do this. Just melee this stuff. Yeah, there we go. Artifact barding is potentially juicy. I can't wait for that -5. -5, MR minus kind of day for me. Because I don't want to walk towards this thing, I'm just going to try to polymorph him instead. It's Bolt of Fire. Now I'm super not afraid of you. Because my RF plus is already up. Haha. Alright, how screwed am I going to be, guys? That's not... It's not miserable. It's alright. It's not enchanted, which is a shame, but it's Dex +4. I mean, it's a solid... It's still like 5, 6, 7, 8... 5 more AC than I had before, and I only lose 1 EV from it, even though it drops your EV by 2. The Dex makes up for it a bit, so that's... I'm cool with that. Increases our base armor rating by 4. I wonder what my base armor rating is considered to be. Does it actually have it for the purposes of the armor skill? My messed up body? I don't know. I don't think it does. So my base armor rating is probably like 10. Plus 4 is 14. Plus 1 from the glove is 15. 1.47 armor skill. So multiple of 3 basically would be ideal. Let's take that to 6, I guess. It'd be kind of cool. If I'm correct, taking this to 6 should give us 2 more points of AC. So we'll go to 20 AC from training that armor skill. Let's focus that up. Okay. Put on Ring of Ice. Go through. Just crush all this stuff pretty easily. Go through. Okay. So when I go through, I'll end up on this little gray entrance spot. And the imp will be in the way, which is good. Okay, we're gonna remove the Ring of Corrosion. This gives us a chance to swap on Ring of Ice if need be. Although I don't think we're going to be doing that. I'm tempted to... You know, I could save a Scroll of Summon by just, like, burning clouds on this dude. Let's see what happens here. Hold up. Okay. He hasn't traded positions yet. Would we survive a banishing, I wonder? God, I doubt it. Let's see what cloud we get. Oh, we got a good cloud. I could just sort of chill out for a minute. Slouch him down very fast. Do I get more damage as a Naga with Slouch? I'm actually not so sure about that. Maybe. I think I'm going to acid him down, actually. He's almost dead. Yep, dead. I thought so too, Rogue Shenanigans, but certain things don't apply. Like, I know for a fact that if you slow yourself with, like, the spell slow, it doesn't do what you think it's gonna do. So I'm not sure if racial affects it either, but it might. Alright. How are we gonna kill the, how are we gonna kill the Minotaur? I hadn't actually thought about this. Guess I just buff up and go to work. Oh, that's invisibility. I was hoping it was brilliance, but invis helps quite a bit too. Let's drink Agi. Gold Dragon Scale. Alright. Unfortunately, he's got, freaking trident, so walking forward sounds painful. So what should I do here? We could tempt Disto. He hasn't noticed me yet. I mean, if I walk forward, he could just, like, hit me 4 million times. You know what? I'm invis. I'm not afraid of that. He moves away. Move forward. Like that. Okay, that's good. We'll bend time to slow him down. Then we'll just start beating some ass, basically. Okay, ass is beaten. Gold Dragon Scales. Hot diggity, you guys. Oh, it's good. It's really damn good. Ethnic Cake had something interesting to say. That 4-on-2 gauntlet layout is intentional. It's called shortcut. The longer path is supposedly easier. In this particular case, I would say the longer path was easier, except maybe the wizard. The ghost crab certainly created some issues for this character and probably many others. Each beggar gives you 0.1 strength. Yeah. Shield of the 50 beggars. They're very strong beggars, I guess. Altogether, anyway. Okay. Well, that's cool. That's a cool find. Yeah, and we got an artifact head anyway. How cool is that? Shiny Pearl Dragon Scales. What? This is too many good things, man. Okay, I'm just going to drop Ring of Ice. We can go buy a Ring of Cold Resist. Hat of the Bagpipe with our core. Fascinating. That's really good. We're not getting memed on by this gauntlet, that's for sure. We're having a grand old time in the gauntlet today. A box of beasts as well. Sadly, we don't get the ring or get to find out what that was, nor do we get to find out what the other hat was, but I'm pretty happy with the results of this, I have to say. Worked out pretty damn well for me, actually. Technically, I should take those boomerangs of dispersal, but I don't think I'm gonna. I just don't think we need them, really. On Shay, it's pretty tempting, but you're gonna need bagpipe music at all times while the hat is on, sir. That's you can play whatever music you want when you fork over the bits, I think. Alright, what do we think about our armor selections today? 19 AC 14 EV. 19 AC 17 EV in the Pearl Dragon scale. That's kind of not going to be it. 19 AC 12 EV in the Pearl. That's weird that a +1... Ah, you know what it is? It's because I'm a Naga. So I get the GDR, but I only get half the base AC. So that gigantic 12 armor rating for the GDA suddenly doesn't look as good. Gold Dragon Scales doesn't look quite as good. Pearl is actually much better. Although maybe on a Che character, I still want the Gold Dragon Scale because of the resistances or whatever. But those are actually covered right now for as long as we get to keep that RF Plus mutation. Which may not be forever, admittedly. But for the time being, I think I just want my MR. But those are items to, yeah, those are fat resistances. Although the R poise doesn't matter as much. Remember, I'm a Doesn't matter at all, actually, because I'm a Naga. I get that by default. So it's just some things to keep in mind. I honestly have to wonder if enchanting my MR Plus body armor is still the correct path. Ho-ho! Ho-ho-ho-ho! Well, we have our Hydra Killer. That means I train axes. Let's take that all the way to 18, I guess, for broad axes later. We also found a Wand of Digging, which apparently we already had a few charges of that. That's quite good. That ugly thing we just killed could have been dangerous, except it wasn't, thanks to resistance. Wow, Uruk had a +6 double sword today. What a find that would be if we didn't already have a weapon that we wanted to use. I'm gonna look for another ring, because I don't need our core if I have that hat on, right? I'm tempted to wear the Wizardry +3 strength ring. Do we have the money for that? It's kind of like a waste of money considering we're about to go into Orc. But if it gives me access to D-missiles sooner... Yeah, man, just for the strength memes. Just so I can LARP as an ogre. Let's do this thing. One more level, we'll get another strength. We'll be 50 strength. Sounds great. Sounds good to me, man. Tab this room full of naughty kobolds. Please buy my new novel, Naughty Kobolds, by Malcolm Rose. Just kidding, I didn't write such a thing. Beastly appendage sticks to snakes. Oh, it's Book of Changes. Finding awesome stuff, and yeah, exactly. I mean, if we find the awesome stuff, we can just wait for it. Wow, that's a big room. I feel like we can just tab this room. Oh yeah, we crushed it. That happened even faster than I thought it would. Okay, Orc Sorcerers, 4%. 4% Paralyze. Bailey is available. Could probably just hold down tab key through 2 runes if you weren't streaking. That's basically what I did on my My5 Chase speedrun. I was actually on a... call with blokes the whole time. For some reason that doesn't slow me down, but being on stream does. And I was like doubled over my keyboard laughing all the way through Swamp because I was just stunned at the fact that I didn't have a vampire weapon, and yet I was still just annihilating Swamp. It was amazing. Alright, so there's a Bailey in here, but I have no magic mapping, and I'm Che, therefore it takes me basically forever to get around anywhere, so we may or may not even find it. Don't you smite me, bro. A jewelry shop. This is annoying. Well, I'm gonna clouds all this stuff. This is a big dumb vault with like 1,000,000 knights in it. Che should compensate the timer. Like Che you get a message that says something like Che tells the timer to freaking calm down or whatever. The same way it does with the Orb Run, where it's like, oh, he tells the Panlords to take their time. Take it easy, you'll find it, dude. Exactly, something like that. Then again, you know, maybe I was told by somebody during the tournament that portals are actually based on turns rather than like actions rather than actual time spent. I don't know if I believe that, but maybe. You know what? You're getting javelined, bro. Might be underestimating myself. We appear to be able to just sort of tab through all this crap. Portcullis is very... Oh my god. Oh my god, we high rolled. Oh, I'm gonna cry. It's so good. The Ring of Secrets. I'm gonna learn so many secrets from this ring. RLEC, RF+, RN+, MR+, Jesus. Okay, well, I guess we win. Why did we buy the Strength Ring, Pepe Hands? Well, I mean, we'll find the gold, at least for that item, in Orc. Although it kind of is going to take away our ability to buy other items, perhaps. It's not every day that you find something like that, though. That also frees up the MR item. Well, sort of. Until we're higher level, having a couple extra pips of MR is kind of nice. Particularly if we want to do slime kind of early. It's still very distant down here. Very distant over here. So it must be like all the way up here, I guess. Still very distant. Very distant. We get these messages so often, it's gotta be influenced by actual time spent, not just your turns. You know what might be more interesting is if there was like a real-time component to it. A portal that closes in real time. I wonder if that's even possible with the current code base, or how much trouble they'd have to go through to make that happen. Loud creaking of a distant portcullis. Okay. Like a QuickTime event, absolutely, I guess. Sorry, I'm a boomer. I don't know what a QuickTime event is. Nope, the walls and floor vibrate strangely. GG. No Bailey for me today, but we already found the God Ring, so... Oh, nobody likes my QuickTime event idea, huh? Wow, this is the biggest Orc one. And there it is. There's the... Yep, I think that was the entrance. You didn't need to rest, it was a small floor. Well, I don't think I really did rest, I just looked in the wrong directions. Like, Speed just kind of owned me there, you know? Or maybe I did rest and I didn't really realize what I was doing. It's certainly possible. Oh, you're saying I didn't rest and it's still... No, I'm 100% positive it's aught based. For sure. Maybe it was a real-time thing. Sadly, no. I feel like we would have made it if that was the case. I don't know, it could be interesting. Force the player to make really fast decisions, you know. We're marked. The ogre pulls the alarm. Oh, hey. Hey, baby. Hey, what up, girl? Hey, Rolcha the Cunning over here. Here to ruin my day. I'm just miscasting left and right. How much damage are you going to do to me? I'm going to roll the dice on you. Okay, now we know what book you have. Okay, you can crystal spear me, but you can't one-shot me. Let's take you up. Let's just kill you. There we go. It was a little risky doing that. As you enter the dungeon, you're told there's an Uber Trove on Depths 3 and it closes in 20 minutes. Yeah, I like that. I don't know, it could be cool. We're getting there, by the way, with deflect missiles. It's going to be extremely helpful. We got the giant ending, damn. Wait, we can afford the mysterious Ring of Secrets. I think we're going to go ahead and get it, considering that there's going to be ogre mages. I keep calling this the giant ending, but it's actually the ogre ending is what it is. Oh god. Go up. This is a little dangerous, and by a little dangerous I mean it's a lot dangerous, so let's try to get the para. Let's Let's AB a little bit. Okay, there we go. I could have been killed instantly there. Not very likely at all, but it could have happened. Shields are really good, man. My +6 shield of the 50 beggars was not about to let me go down there. Can visit Trogland. Does Trog need Trogland? Trog seems a bit strong. I do like the idea of putting things into the game which are a lot more flavorful for particular gods. For instance, how many uniques in the game appear to be worshipping one of the actual gods in the game? The answer is not many. Because he's tedious to play, mostly. I mean, I would take him on many characters if I happen to find him first. But I usually don't. Okay, because this could be the LCS book, we kind of have to use resources. Since he's got a halberd, he won't come to us. I could have, like, used Temp Disto, I guess, and hoped they ended up next to me, but it's not exactly guaranteed. Wow, nice job killing yourself with Reflect, bro. Pan Abyss was just the God Realms. It would be a nice alternative, wouldn't it, to Pandemonium, which is ultimately, in my opinion, just not all that fun. Going through the God Realms, though, that sounds pretty cool. Brand Weapon, a couple enchant armors. Torment, just to identify it. The Intricacies of Wizardry. A very expensive book. The only intricacies of wizardry, by the way, are how to blow up everything on the screen with fire, and how to teleport things away from you at lightning speed. Those are the only two spells you need if you want to learn the intricacies of wizardry. Alright. Okay, stuff I don't care about. Magic is really good on a Che guy. Lignification, mutation. Do demigods need to fight all the gods? That sounds cool. You're just playing God of War at that point. Sounds fun. Potion of Might. Brilliance. Invis. Cancellation. A lot of good stuff to buy. How much money are we going to get for this? Okay, not very much. I think I actually have to buy the brand weapon, to be honest with you. Because no other broadaxes have shown up. Alright, that's endgame. Can go ahead and start enchanting that. Haha, Josh Meyer, ha ha ha. No, you could do a lot of cool things with god-oriented branches, you know. I like the idea of Gozag charging you money to be in his branch. That's cool. In Trog's land, if you use a spell, something bad happens to you, you know. Little restrictions on your character. There's so much cool stuff that could still be added to this game, and because these people just have, like, no imagination whatsoever, none of it happens, you know. Three tile line of sight. I mean, sometimes simple things like that can be kind of cool, though. Imagine how much that would change the character of the game, you know? Do we have... Man, look at our resistances. This is outrageous to have at this point in the game. It's just a sea of green. It's amazing. So we have 3 scrolls of enchant armor. I say we because chat is the reason you have this streak. Ah ha ha, alright Leo. Cool story. What a story, Mark. Oh, what a story, Mark. So anyway, how is your sex life? A WizLab variant? Yeah, I mean, that's one idea, although I think it'd be cooler to make them as a pan variant. Honestly, I want to make, like, Pandemonium easier. Or have it maybe based... Maybe have the power level set to, like, what level it is when you go in. So that doing extended is not such a painful slog. It's a quote from The Room, Josh Meyer. You haven't seen that wonderful movie? Come on, man. There's still no cloaks yet. That's interesting. Alright, let's just... Honestly, we have enough MR. Let's just finish out dungeon. This could be a little spooky. We're probably okay. With my big fat axe over here. Yeah, we're crushing it. Wow, everything just dies to reflect. Okay. Alright. Whoa, that was a lot of damage. By the way, I'm a Che character. Walking into things that can do good damage is perhaps not the best idea I've ever had. P.S. I'm not just a Che character. I'm a Che Naga. Things basically get 3 attacks on me if I move next to them. That's Faith. We don't really care about Faith. I mean, Faith is really nice on a Che character, but having more SH is more important. Whoa, hey buddy. Time for you to turn into... Oh, shit. Okay, that's better. Be an elephant, not a death drake. I'm gonna slouch a little bit. There we go. Being Naga is already Faith on a Che dude. That is true. You do get more piety based on the difference between your speed and the enemies, from what I understand. And his character's defenses are really, really bad. And they shouldn't be. If I take off my plate, can I cast this? 45%. If I take off the barding, it's still 45%. Alright. Oh, they're good for a Naga, I suppose. But for a Che character, you would think I would have much better. Whoa! That's Roxanne. We could have staff form if we wanted to. Do I even want to, though? Kinda. I mean, of course I do. Wow, this character is actually built perfectly for stat form with what I've found. Because I mean, we don't have like particularly amazing body armor. We don't have ox slots that are any good at all, really. And the one ox slot that we have is really good. That's really good is the hat and actually the shield as well, which both stay in statue form. Man, we may be playing... It may be time. Is it time to play a statue axe guy of Cheibriados? Is that really the moment that we're having here? We have no silence scrolls. We have silenced the spell, but it's not quite ready yet. Stat Che with 6 odd movement. Sounds great, man. Sounds cool. You're not even at Mendeley? I will be soon. Thank you very much. You have so much strength you can wear GDS. Ah, but I could get this Gary Burden. I could wear GDS and then go into staff form. And so that way, if I get canceled or whatever, if I get dispelled rather by the Quicksilver Dragon, surprise! I'm still a big beefy guy in gold dragon armor. Well, alternate win conditions for different gods would be kind of neat, Josh Meyer. Like, I know you're making a joke, but that could actually be kind of interesting, don't you think? Man, I probably should go ahead and kill her now. If only because I potentially get BBC, which is definitely worth getting no matter what I wear. I don't think you want statue. I mean, I tend to agree, to be honest. I mean, I'm joking about statue form. I really don't think it's the play, but let's get like 5 hexes. We'll come back with silence is what we'll do. By the way, why don't we learn Blink? Yeah, on this particular character, staff form is pretty superfluous. We've found all the resistances that we need. We can wear heavy-ass armor if we want to. Yes, we're not getting as much value out of the heavy armor on account of being a Naga, but it's still quite nice, you know? To some degree, we're getting, well, base armor rating of 4 out of the Naga bardings, so it's a little less than the 6 extra that we would get from Gold Dragon, but it's a little risky, these big undead things that I'm fighting. We're gonna go up real quick. Whoa! Just fat-fingered the keyboard there. Whoops. Going up and then down again. And yeah, Kitchen Ace, how you doing, man? I did see the scarf. Hopefully it's resistance, although we don't really need that. Cloud immunity. You know, cloud immunity is actually no joke on a Che character, although apparently there is a genuine cloak, like Kitchen Ace said. It's an upgrade, but I missed this cloak. When Kitchen Ace said that there was a cloak, I thought he meant the scarf, but we have a genuine cloak here. I'm going to drop a couple things. Flame, polymorph. It's a little early to be dropping flame, considering we could use it in swamp, but I think we're fine. Why not enchant the axe up? Because I didn't see that I had another enchant weapon. There you go. Is amnesia ever useful? Amnesia is often useful when you're trying to make room for good spells and you don't need other spells anymore. Kind of training a lot of magic right now, but I want the transmutes so I can stick to snakes harder. I want the hexes so I can silence. I want the charms and air, of course, so I can, well, silence in the case of air, and demissile at all times. In fact, I might get some ent. I'm a little surprised we're only at 80% demissile in this plate armor. And 24 intelligence, 47 strength. That's a bit surprising to me. Anyway, that's D15. 5 enchant armor. I mean, we could have 5 more AC right now. I'm really tempted to put it into the plate armor of MR+. I just wish I knew for a fact that I was either immune to Ancient Liches or not with 1 pip extra MR at level 27. That I'm not actually sure about. I think I am. I know for a fact I am on Deep Dwarf, which is 6 piety. Or sorry, 6 progression on MR. I'm not so sure about these guys because I don't play these races very often. Naga, Vinestalker, and Mummy. Like, I'm pretty sure, but not 100%. But even so, what body armor would I wear? You know, in its stead, we're doing so good, or doing so well, I should say, grammatically correct, that I mean, it almost seems like the best thing to wear right now is Pearl Dragon armor, considering that our resistances, I mean, even without this RF Plus mutation. Well, see, I'm tempted to wear Pearl over the Gold, even though I have the big strength. If I wear Pearl, Deflect Missiles drops to 47. That's pretty cool. Wow, we gain 2 points of EV. We don't lose any AC, even though the base armor rating is lower. Oh no, it's the same. Alright, so this is just straight up better, except for the MR, which we don't even really need. Oh, we already have 3 pips, just with 1 extra pip from items. 15%. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. By level 27, we'll totally be immune. Hobo Shower. Is that what the 50 beggars on my shield do? Alright, we're gonna enchant up the Pearl Dragon Scales today, I think, because if I wear the Gold Dragon Scales, I can't even cast Deflect Missiles. So this is gonna be awesome. Boom. We're gonna be able to train up way more dodging. Get like 1 billion EV on top of this. Like, this is gonna be super sweet. Super, super cool. Alright. Alright. I think we just crash through swamp and just sort of win. These guys scare the hell out of me. We're gonna slouch his buddies. Everything else, though, except for... Oh, of course. Of course one of these things shows up right after another one of those things. There we go. Okay. But yeah, Thorn Hunters and Shambling Mangroves are really the only 2 things in here that I'm really going to pay any mind to. I'll swap to Fire to kill the Hydras, and we'll just basically walk through them. Frankly, we could probably tab them with the Broad Axe of Freezing, but I don't really want to try my luck. Chad Mangrove. Oh man, that's my name on Tinder. I use a fake name. It's Chad Mangrove. The ladies, man, they flock to me. See, I photoshopped myself. Okay, we'll cast D-Missile. Whoa. Okay, just make myself starve. That's cool. Number one thing about this Pearl Dragon armor that's good is that I get to recast D-Missile without taking it off, which means I can do it... Well, eventually I'll be able to do it mid-combat. Okay, I actually wait for this to come to me, because otherwise he could shoot me like 3 times, which could actually kill me. Technically he's susceptible to fire, but I use my Broad Axe of Freezing anyway. More base damage, more, well, I have 47 strength, so my base damage is pretty significantly important in this particular case, I would say. Ice Cave. Gee, I wonder where it is. Okay, that should be pretty... should be pretty easy, actually, to clear this place out. We just freaking tabbed through... We just, like, tabbed through statues, ice statues. I do kind of fear for my Che walking through ice clouds. That might be a little rough. Giant spiked clubs. Yeah, it's a useless item now ever since Gamma Funk ruined ogres. He really is the master of ruining things, isn't he? Just like, you can't get away from him. Just ruining the game repeatedly. Whoa, okay. This is where having a wand of fire would be pretty useful. I could blow up a cloud next to me. Look at this crap, there's so much of it. At chase speed, this is actually quite miserable. I did not wear the Scarf of Cloud Immunity. I put on Cloak instead, and boy am I sad about it. Hey, Prismat. Yeah, Man's at 51 right now, so we're just going to take it back and then sort of hold still for until someone challenges it. Oh, hey. 1 AC, bro. Well, no, it's more than 1 AC. It's 1 AC, but it's also 1 base AC. So it impacts my armor skill and how much AC I get from that. So it could be, get this, 2 AC. Alright, I may have made a mistake, alright. Anyway, I think we're gonna, well, we failed a slouch, apparently. Just gonna acid this guy to death. Happy to burn a bunch of acid to deal with an Ice Fiend. There's another one. Nice, killed him. 4 Ice Fiends. No, there's only 2. Potion of Flight. Crystal Plate Armor of Cold Resist. Probably not using that on this Naga. We've already burned 5 Scrolls of Enchant Armor. This vault's really stupid. It should have an exit so that you don't have to go all the way through all this crap. In fact, I'm just going to save myself some trouble. And, drink a flight and obviously dig this hole and... What? You've got to be kidding me with this shit. The clouds actually expanded out. Would have loved to have died to that. That would have been really cool, man. Would have had a grand old time doing that. +1 Crystal Plate Armor of Cold Resist. Actually less AC than the Pearl Dragon Armor. Unless I were to enchant it up because of my messed up body from being a Naga. But I have Cold Resist, Anani Badger. I have a Ring of Protection from Cold on the whole time I was in there. Oh, you're saying I should have worn the Crystal Plate. Ah, yeah, that would have been clever. Wasn't really necessary, though. I'd always planned on digging out of it. Although, the increased AC from the Pearl Dragon Armor, believe it or not, can be impactful towards those clouds, too. I swear you're messing with us. No, I really wasn't. I mean, I knew the character was fine. Look at my hit points, man. I have a lot. Although I should train some more fighting, actually. Will you wear your cloak or cloud immunity? Well, given that that's basically the only place in the game where the cloud immunity matters a lot, I'm probably going to stick with the cloak now. Cloud immunity could matter, I suppose, if I get the vault that has all the crabs and I end up with like apocalypse crabs running around all over swamp or something. That would be irritating. That's true that you should value cloud immunity more on a Che character, I suppose. But the AC is going to help you in like so many more situations, and if the thing is, like, clouds are not as big of a deal on Che as you might think, because if I'm ever in trouble, I just use Temporal Disto and the clouds go bye-bye. So I'm not really seeing the big risk Like, hold on. Here's a good example. Like, I could use AB right now and these clouds would just disappear. This is the end vault, but I think I'm just going to fight it all because I can. Although... memorization interrupted. Should have learned regen. Now we have regen. If we're gonna just be sustaining through a big long fight, regen is definitely what we want to have. Oh boy, that's Lerny. Hey guys, should I try to tank Lerny today? What do you think? Do we drink an Agi and try to tank Lerny? I think we do. Should be okay. I feel good about it. Drink an Invis first. You lop one of the 27-headed Lernian Hydra's heads off. You barely miss. Uh-oh. 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 You catch the helpless 26-headed Lernian Hydra completely off guard. GG. GG, brother. And that's how a real man takes on the Lernian Hydra. I mean, that was alright. That was fun. Could have emoed all this crap, I suppose. Whoa, I just ate a bunch of hits. Jaywalking. So much fun. I have done that, Rogue Shenanigans, on a character that could, like, just barely survive maybe 1.5 hits from Lerny. And what I did was I had to reset the fight and I burned a bunch of teleports until she was down to maybe around 20 heads, and then I could sort of safely tank her at that point, long enough to just straight up kill her. I didn't take her down to 0 heads, but I did have to reset several times. I'm gonna keep getting strength just for the memes, even though I should probably get intelligence. Just so I can get back to my 50 strength by the end of the game. Remember, we're LARPing as an ogre today. Or possibly a troll. Okay, we're gonna slouch so we don't get paralyzed. I swear, that is such a lame enemy where it's like, it just makes these things that can insta-paralyze you, and then of course it's next to a monster that does 45 damage. So if the paralyzed lands, you're dead, man. I don't care what character you are. You get paralyzed next to a shambling mangrove, GG, you're done. So that AF para is so dumb, especially considering it also slows. Like, is the slow not good enough? Like, are you not entertained? Is there a diesel equivalent for stats? No, not really, because having stats alone doesn't really solve problems. It just makes you able to kill things harder, you know. Although typically, if you're gonna meet octane standards, you're gonna have an enormous amount of EV, which means you have literally means you have an enormous amount of EV, which of course implies you probably have an enormous amount of dex. All sources of para should have a Tela-esque warning. Yeah, that'd be good. Make it like petrification. I'd be cool with that, I guess. I mean, I just think it's lame that there's a monster that if you're paralyzed next to it, you're guaranteed to die, and it spawns enemies that paralyze you. I mean, I get what they were going for with the synergy. I just don't think it's particularly fair, is all. I think the slow would make that encounter perfectly dangerous, you know? They just seem a little bit... Mangroves just seem like a little bit overtuned to me. Anyway, we got our first rune. Yeah, just give the player some, you know, I call it interactivity. You can call it agency if you want. Same thing, basically. Just, like, give the player some choices to make, you know? Okay, this stuff is gonna rage, but I don't actually care. I'm gonna slouch this stuff to death, though. Just because I don't feel like chasing it. With chase speed, you know, it's not really gonna happen for me. Do we have curing? Yeah, we do. Okay. Oh, hey, we did get confused. That's cute. You wish Swamp was a little less of a total cakewalk with bullshit mins. Well, that's the funny thing about Swamp, is that, like, for the longest time, it was basically no challenge at all. So I appreciate what they were trying to do. But I mean, the mangroves with, like, BBC and paralyzed buddies and straight up, like, 45, you know, you're dead type damage. It just seems like a little much. I mean, I think I complained about the Harpoon Swamp Worm change at first, although my reason for complaining about it probably had more to do with sort of the bland, like, okay, this is another monster that repositions you kind of thing. But overall, I think it's a good change. It made Swamp harder. I don't like the fact that that one Lemuel Swamp Worms vault exists that can just sort of spawn those in areas where they're not supposed to be. But overall, a good change, I think. Makes Swamp harder. Okay, fine. It's, you know, a little more interesting. The mangroves are BS. The thorn hunters are just kind of wacky because they can just do an enormous amount of damage to you at max range very, very quickly. So I'm not sure if those are in a good place. I would definitely change mangroves in one key way, which is I would actually make hornets only have AF slow and not have AF para. Yeah, that's absolutely true, Rogue Shenanigans. I would probably take out Monster BVC, or at the very least, at like a minimum, I would unscrew Constrict and I would make it so that Blink is guaranteed to get you out of it. Right now, it's just like you tried to walk out twice, which seems insane to me. I don't understand why they have it set up that way. I just know that that is set up that way, which is really, really weird because nets work in the exact opposite way. You can just blink right out of a net, but you can't do that with Constrict necessarily. Seems odd. So I mean, if you did that, I feel like BVC or Grasping Roots, as it's called on the monster end, I feel like it would look a little less ugly, you know? Code someone put in as a placeholder and never actually changed to make sense. Maybe. Maybe. I mean, I wouldn't expect these people to really take any suggestions on this front because they are notorious for just sort of not giving a damn about what anybody has to say except for people in their little group, but I don't know. I think it's pretty obvious to at least anybody I've talked to about it in a direct way that that's pretty inconsistent, the nets versus constrict thing. I mean, I don't know. I don't see why it would be different. If it was doing something, if it was creating more tactically interesting situations, I guess I could get behind it, but I think it's mostly just confusing the hell out of newer players. And even older players will sort of forget the difference once in a while because it's just like a weird inconsistency that basically shouldn't exist, you know? Oh man, this is a great place to fight. I'm not marked, but it seems like I might as well be. Oh, my party's about to end. There's one of these guys. Oh, he didn't corrode me, okay. This is a wide open floor. That's why we're fighting everything despite not being marked. Constrict can even cancel Power Leap with Rue. And you still get Exhaust, so you can't use other abilities. Wow, another reason to use Apocalypse over every other ability. Wonderful. Hooray. Oh, there's even more stuff coming. Time for me to Train some more evokes, actually. Take invokes to 10. It's hilarious. We're just fighting the whole floor from here. Not that I'm complaining. I mean, it's sort of like a natural kill hole. It's a little awkward, but like two things can attack us at once instead of one, but seems to be working out pretty well. Lamp of fire placement while invisible, Puck. Luckily we haven't had to deal with that today because we haven't had a lamp of fire. Wow, check it out. It's Louise with the plus 7 large shield Sujab. It appears that the 50 beggars have been beaten by the large shield Sujab. Wow. There's a spot for Scarf of Cloud immunity. For Kaz God Realm Portal. Haha! Yeah, that'd be kind of cool, I guess. Okay, I want to pull this down. Alright, fellas, I think we're using this big boy shield instead of 50 beggars. It's got more SH, it gives us another MR, which is actually meaningful for the time being. But mainly the more SH, you know. We didn't need the extra MR, but it's nice for now. And most importantly is the SH, though, because of clowns and whatnot. 50 beggars has been replaced by 50 cents. Okay. Yeah, skill to remove penalty 15. Yep, okay. Because we're big. So I'm trying to kill Mara. I actually burned some acid on him, and he just kind of refused to come up next to me, which is, I guess, normal. Okay, come on. I guess I can't. That's funny, I can constrict the little version of Bai Susan, but not the second version. Damn. Whoa. Wow, what happened? I'm tabbing so much. Wait, is this really... Okay, I thought the floor was, like, mini-me sized, you know? Oh wait, this is Spider 4. Did the whole End Vault come out and fight us? Is that what you're telling me? Is that what we're dealing with here? Is that why? The Donger ending. Ah, that one does have a lot of things in it. Remember the time we did Spider, and somehow the minimap ended up looking like a really rude naked halfling? Sounds like a haircut happening in fast motion. Well, it's a mechanical keyboard, so it'd be a little noisy, I suppose. Yeah, I thought that was you, Rogue Shenanigans. That was a lair floor? Oh, I see. I thought it was like Spider 3 or something. My memory is apparently not what it once was. Let's disintegrate this thing. GG. Okay. I will pull Mara down, man. I'll find a way to make him come. Come to me. Is he coded? There we go. Actually, I think I'll just kill him. Wow! When we finally started swinging on him, he just died in 3 hits. It's pretty sick. Do we have Vow Clutch yet? Nope. Vow Clutch almost pointless to get on this Naga because I can already get Constrict. I mean, trust me, I guess there's still reason to get it, but... not for just meleeing down one thing. since we're so big that we can actually constrict things in melee. Do I have a radiate? A radiate would be pretty sick on this character. I don't think I have it. Yeah, no, I don't. That would be better than... Actually, better than BBC. I think I'm going to learn Lesser Beckoning, which, believe it or not, is quite nice on a Che guy. Pog would be pretty good, I guess. Roxanne might have a radiate. Ah, that's a good point. And Silence is essentially online. 54%. That's, I would call that castable. For the way that we're using it. Book of the Earth. Well, we got the standard one. No fancy spells. Statue form, though. I don't think we're going for statue form today. Mind-blowing, I know. Do it, go statue form. We're in a +7 Pearl Dragon armor, though, man. Why would I let such a beautiful piece of equipment go to waste? Wow, why is my D-Missile suddenly less castable? Is it... is it because my strength is lower? I guess that would make sense. It's because I'm in a large shield, actually, mainly. Just gotta keep that D-Missile up. It's really handy. Hopefully the elves have a radiate. I mean, we don't really need it. We can just make this just a solid Che run, you know? I just wish we had Silence a little bit more heavily online is all. It's mostly for Orbs of Fire. Yeah, I mean... Yeah. We pretty much just tab Orbs of Fire, though. Although, remember 1 pip of RF is based on a mutation, which we'll probably lose, so... Kind of good to keep in mind. Spire available? Nope. Okay, I think I'll go ahead and do Elf, actually. It's pretty cool. We can go ahead and drop the War Axe of Flaming and the Flail and this Arbalest, actually, and this thing that we were carrying around basically as a resistance swap. All that stuff goes away. And the bolts. It's very dangerous, unfortunately, for me to even move next to these things, so... Actually, that's where Lesser Beckoning comes into play. I called that Lesser Beckling for some reason. Don't think that's a word. Yeah, we'll make some use of beckoning though. Yeah, you would think that Nagas would be really good at all kinds of ranged, considering that Naga sharpshooters exist, but nope. No such luck. Unfortunately, our Lesser Beckoning kind of sucks ass. Huh. Gloves of Archery, neat. Our Lesser Beckoning kind of sucks ass until we push our translocations up, so I'm gonna have to train a good bit, sadly. Ahaha! The Necronomicon. Time to do 15 runes, guys. Hello, Philippe. Welcome to the stream. Not sure who's getting peer pressured, but I feel okay. Yeah. Just taking a look at some of these books. Nothing I really care about too much. Book of the Dragon, you guys want to go dragon form for fun? should flex on Man by just doing his combos as 15 runes every time he overtakes you. Oh, you mean the crossbowing Nagas? Yeah, it's actually part of their religion to use a crossbow only. I do love Dragon Form. Wow, that's quite an amulet. That's Strength plus 6, RN plus our Poise, which we don't care about, and then Faith. Likewise, the Regen MP, Strength plus 2, Slay plus 2 is actually quite nice for me, considering that mana matters an awful lot on a Cheibriados guy. Although simply having 4 points of SH is really nothing to sneeze at, and the reflection is actually not completely, hey, thanks for the follow, Malabards. The reflection is actually not irrelevant. I usually just kind of ignore it, but on a Chei character, having reflection is actually very meaningful, because you get to kill things at range just with reflection, and it might take you a while to get there. So, hey, Ninja Joe, what's up, buddy? We have the money for one of these amulets, but not the other. Tempting, but I think we're gonna stick. We're gonna stick with the SH, and maybe I'll swap for the Faith. Maybe it provides me with enough things that it's very tempting, I have to say. Not that we need the Faith component, but the extra strength combined with an extra resistance, although we have RN++ already. Could be nice. Only 43 strength now. No! It's not enough. It actually is hurting my ability to cast D-Missile in this armor, believe it or not. Well, Chei is certainly helping me crush this game. 80% of wins? Your wins or wins in general? There's no way that Chei is 80% of wins in general. Okay, so that is an orange crystal statue, and it summoned all manner of nasty things on me. Wait a minute, silence doesn't work on these guys. Whoops. That's not Roxanne. That's an actual statue. Derp. It's an RF plus ring. It also has strength on it. We're going to drop that for now. Well, I'll carry it around as a swap in case, like for later, for Orbs of Fire. Leo has never won a game without Chei. I guess that's technically true, but he's also never won a game, which is perhaps the more operative part of that sentence. You know, for all the time he spends talking, I don't understand why he just doesn't go for my streak if he's capable. Because it's like he talks about how it's an enormous time investment, but like, you know, if he spent half the time talking about DCSS that he did and instead devoted that towards streaking, if he was any good, he would have overtaken me by now, you know. Doesn't want to break his streak of losses, yeah. I don't know, he's always saying wacky stuff. Lightning Rod. As much as I'd like that, I think we're going to hold off until we see the End Vault before we buy that, or the File of Floods, because that kind of stuff typically, I think it's actually more likely to spawn in here than other things. Lamp I would have probably bought. Okay, let's tempt Disto. Take a step. This is okay. We actually, for once, we got a good ending. Ah, damn it. The bad boy showed up. My mortal enemy. I think I'm going to slouch a bit. Okay, he's dead. Feels good. Feels much better to be in a kill hole with no elementalist around. Burning a couple slouches to take his ass down was definitely the right choice. GG, brothers. As the entire population of the Elven Halls just kind of empties out to fight one snake man in a tiny hole. That's pretty good. This is working out about as well as it always does. Actually, much better. Turns out that constricting things is amazing in here. Who would have thought? I mean, I've experienced this with BBC, but it's even cooler here because we're just attacking, you know? And it happens automatically, so we're losing no turns at all as we just absolutely annihilate these guys. If we found Arga, that'd be pretty sweet, I have to say. What's hilarious are my resistances. Like, even if something bad happens outside of a really nasty Annihilator LCS, they really can't do anything to me. Like, oh no, he's gonna corrosive bolt me. But I'm resistant, so... Ah, you're right, it is speed brand. That is contraband. What a shame. Curse string of positive energy. Drop that. Beckoned him to me. Really need to push up our spell power on that if we wanted to do good things. We're taking that to 10, apparently. That sounds good. Silence rendered obsolete by a caveman. Apparently so. Of course, I still want it against this dude. So what did I say? I said I didn't want to buy the Phial of Floods and the Lightning Rod because they're likely to spawn in here. And what did I get? Lightning Rod. Phial of Floods. Goodbye, RC minus ring. Should drop this ring as well for now. Let's identify whatever the hell this is. Torment, no thanks. Slay -5 armor, okay. Drop some more stuff. Fire. Just taking a look around for like minus telly. Okay. Okay, nothing too interesting spawned. That's fine though. Still quite good. We're still very strong on this character, so I'm cool with it. Here's a question though. We have a lot of things we can buy, mostly consumables, but also a couple of enchant armors, which are kind of like consumables, I guess. But most importantly, this amulet choice that I wanted to make. I mean, having faith is nice. Having the strength +6 is really nice. Having the RN plus is sort of nice, but less nice on this character because, you know, because I already have so much RN. I think I'm going to purchase all this stuff first. Yeah, I was about to say, specifically because I'm going into vaults in the near future, having a more SH, and especially on having reflect on this particular character, it's weird because I'm not used to caring about reflect, but on this particular character, it's meaningful to me. Okay. Okay. So that puts us to... This will put us to plus 9. Regen MP is just worse. Yeah, probably. I mean, Regen MP plays a pretty useful role on Che, because if I run out of mana, that's just exceptionally bad on Cheibriados. Like, your mana is super, super important, is why I put that on the list, just to consider. Although we have 5 potions of magic, so it's not really likely to be a problem. Yeah, I'm not so sure that it's definitely not worse than both of those amulets in all situations, for sure. Like, being teleported into the Zot 5 vault, I probably want the regen MP more than anything. Just so I can keep doing stuff, basically. But anyway, actually, I guess the SH would be more useful to avoid getting clowned. Anyway, we finished Swamp, we finished Spider, we finished Elf. We have 2 runes. Do we go to Slime now? Golden Eyes can't really tag us. And we have RC, so it's pretty safe to be in here. Yeah, Vaults 1 through 4 is the proper path, in general. Is it easier? Kind of. But we're going to have to do this at some point anyway, so... Dang, miscast. I wanted to pull a slime to me and then kind of hide behind him. The Malmutates are annoying, but I want to get those out of the way now. The thing is, we can go ahead and get a loot pile right now is the thing, so... We can lose the good shit we have right now. Nothing we have right now really matters except for RF+, and having only 1 pip of RF instead of 2 in vaults is not really going to make me have a bad time. Do I want to burn a fog here? Kind of. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Let's lightning rod you. Shining Eye dies. Good. Oh, a 3rd one. Okay. Okay. Haven't lost anything yet. But yeah, I mean, if I was playing 100% optimal, I actually do agree with you that V1 through 4 is almost always what you want to do before Slime. It's just that this character can do it pretty easily, in fact. So it's like, I just want to get it out of the way. Should we be slouching eyes on sight? Actually, Shining Eyes are slow. So Slouch will do less damage to them. Now, we can still slouch them to death. We're much slower than they are, but, yeah, you're thinking of Golden Eyes, which I think are very fast. Not just fast. And we're immune to Golden Eyes, so... This could be dangerous. I'm gonna slouch this stuff twice. Got a bit corroded there. The other thing is, if I run my piety down here and something stupid happens where I have to slouch a bunch, I can go right back into vaults 1 through 4 and just pump it right back up, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, Shining Eyes being slow makes it a little easier to manipulate their movement, which is pretty important considering they can just sort of ruin your day. Okay, slime 5. We have 6 summoning scrolls, which is actually an outrageous amount of summoning. I think we just do this the normal way. Actually, what am I doing? Let's memorize passage. Well, we're still training translokes. Oh, he's right here. Do we have nets? No, and that's one thing that's kind of a problem. But the only other real alternative is to sticks to snakes him. So I think we just buff up and go to town on him. I mean, he should die fast enough considering we've got that Che power and might potions, and I mean might and Che strength tends to kill things pretty fast. We also, well, we could Phantom Mirror him, but I think I'm more inclined to use summoning because that'll keep him in one place a little harder. Although it's a little dangerous, I have to say. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and agi. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna might. We can always tele. It's no problem. Like, we can always tele away. Resist. The positioning is not great, actually. But I think, I'm pretty sure, if I do this, yeah, okay, good. So he can only go right behind the Shining Eye, and that'd be sort of okay if he did that. Because I can actually ammo this stuff from here if need be. So we just start beating his ass. He's behind it. Okay, fine. He's like half dead and poisoned somehow from my barb, I guess. So that's cool. And just start... he's not lightning resist, right? Workshopping some new strategies here. Yeah, we just lightning rod him to death. GG. Do I want to burn an ammo here? That is why I used Scroll of Resist after all. Using snakes to avoid getting memed on by this Shining Eye. Somehow no mutations, even though I've been a little bit reckless with my moves here today. Pro magic, we don't need that. A manual of stealth. Tempting, but I don't think we need it. Maybe for the orb run. Maxwell's etheric cage. How does one poison a slime? I don't know, Rogue Shenanigans. I'm at a loss to explain that myself. I think I'd rather have the R-Core. As much as I was talking about how good regen MP is, I'd rather have R-Core all the time on this particular guy. Six scrolls of summoning still. Wow. Wow, really good. Let's drop in slave. We We could train stealth up pretty high, I suppose. +5 plate, no thanks, bro. I played too much tournament. I picked up that rune and I was like, yeah, that's another tournament point. 10 aptitude is a pretty high apt. It's actually 9. You get +4 from manual. I suppose you're right. Stealth is actually pretty meaningful on a Che character, even when you're not stabbing. And on top of that, I am wearing Pearl Dragon Scale, so... Oh, basically dog shit then. Yeah. Let's take it to 15 and see if that uses up the manual. I bet it doesn't. Alright, let's head into vaults. How late is it right now? Guess I can check how long I've been streaming. Or is my bot not functioning? Uh-oh. Or maybe it's uptime? 3 hours, 30 minutes. That seems like a pretty lengthy stream. Might be a good time to call it a night. I probably should eat something and maybe lift again before I go to bed. Wow, this is quite a tab session right here, damn. Special thanks to Bogart for making me fight all this stuff. Wow, we're just failing horribly at casting D-Missile. Stately tolling of a very distant bell. Okay. It's so far away. That's a little less far away. What is this garbage? This, like, long hallway that leads to nothing. Is that a treasure trove, maybe? Curious. This is actually further away, come to think of it. This is as far away as possible because there's no... Yeah, I'm reading several tellies. Finally, we got a good one. Alright, we'll check out the Bazaar, and then I think I'm going to call it a night, guys. Really glad that I got my desktop fully functioning for streaming, you know, with the audio working and everything. Ring with RF++ and RC-, that's not good. Amulet with RF+ and Slay +3, now that is a real contender because that gives me another pip of RF for Orbs of Fire. That's pretty good. Jeff Bezos bought my town. Thanks for the follow, man. Curing, heal wounds, those would be good to buy. Mutation, Lignify, wow. Gourmand, ooh. Tons of blinking, damn. And enchant weapons. Wow, this is like a rich man's this is a rich man's bazaar. And I don't have the I'm too horribly impoverished to enjoy the fruits of all of this. I'd basically have to purposefully abyss myself with some kind of, I guess it would have to be Force Lance, because I'm not carrying a disto weapon. I don't think I'm going to subject myself to all that today, though. I think I'll just sort of pause the game here. You have enough of the consumables, just ignore the amulet. But I have... You're saying I have enough for the consumables, but the thing is I already have many consumables of the types that are here. So I'm inclined to believe that the amulet is probably better to get, except I'm kind of low on heal wounds, I suppose. I could get the amulet and a few heal wounds. The enchant weapons, though, I could push my broadaxe to +3, which is probably more important than the holy word is also super important, which we don't. Well, we have 2, which is a lot, but having more is never bad, especially on a Chei character. Then we have the mutation potion. You can never have too many of those. You're probably right. You're probably right just to ignore the amulet. But man, RF. Having another pip of RF in Zod is going to be nice. Like, don't be fooled by my little status screen. This is actually only RF plus, because this mutation will go away, I can almost promise you. Anyway, I don't have to make this decision right now. I'll think about it, I can sleep on it, and deal with it next time we stream. The second ring isn't great. That's true. That is true. I could hot swap the second pip. That's a good point. That was my other plan. I was going to hot swap not just a basic RF ring, but that guy right there, the RF plus strength +3, was my plan. But yeah, I don't know. I have to think about it. I think you're right, though. Frankly, the enchant weapons is really pushing me over the edge here, but I'll decide for sure next time. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. It's been a few days since I've streamed, so I hope you guys liked it. But until next time, I am signing out. Did you know that there are many ways that you can help support this channel? Read about them on rosecrypto.com/support. At Rose Crypto, you can learn all about cool things like the Brave web browser, Bitcoin, and other cryptocurrencies. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.